Nancy Sirianni, ex-Martling here. I'm here to do this, to be on the Start Show for the first time in many, many years, and I'm playing Dial-A-Date. I have 3 gentlemen today who are vying for my, I don't know if they're vying for my affection or just vying for the date, but I'm going to pick a gentleman who likes baseball, likes to have fun, good looking. I hope one of them fits that bill. And I hope I walk out of here with a really, really fun time ahead.
So there's some specific qualities that you're looking for today.
Well, yeah, I like a guy who is comfortable in his own skin. Likes to run barefoot, not uptight. Likes baseball. Smart. I play Scrabble. I love a guy who sits and plays Scrabble with me. And I like an outdoorsman.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you today, Nancy.
Thank you very much. I think I need it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Cyrus John. I'm down here to try to win a date with Jackie's ex-wife, the beautiful Nancy Sirianni. Feeling a little bit nervous, a little confident, a little overwhelmed. It's going to be exciting. My first time in the studio doing a bit with Howard, but I'm really looking forward to it. Been a big fan for years, and hopefully I'll win this date. You know, I got it all set up, got it all planned. Me and Nancy are going to have a great time. So, Nancy, I hope you pick me.
Hi, my name is Mike. I made a phone call the other day and got a chance to play Dial-A-Date for a date with Jackie's ex-wife, Nancy. Enjoying the whole thing, you know. Got to come down and see the studio, hopefully meet Howard, say hi to Artie.
Enjoy the whole experience.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Paulie. I'm here to win a date with Nancy Sirianni. Little trepidation, a little nervous, but everything will go well. Can't wait to see Howard, Robin especially, beautiful Robin, Artie, the whole gang, Fred, and got my fingers crossed. I gotta beat these guys. I know I can. Even though I'm the oldest guy here, I'll take them down.
Nancy Sirianni, formerly Martling.
She was the #1 search a few days ago.
Did you know that you were the #1 search, but a few days ago on Google as I searched for your microphone? Where is her microphone? Is that you? Let me hear you.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. Look at you, looking lovely. Let me take a look at you, see if you hit the wall. No, you did it, and I like the dress and the titties, and the whole thing looks good. Man, good for you.
I brought them.
You don't look bad at all. You look good.
Thank you.
I'll even venture to say you look better than ever.
Thank you.
I should have fucked you when Jackie was married.
When you had the chance.
When she was married. You can't do it now.
Nah, now it would be any fun. I should have come over there in my bike pants and cut a hole in my crotch. Good for you, Nancy. Holding yourself up, keeping yourself neat and trim.
Yes, I
Good
have.
for you. I'm not a slob. You're having trouble finding a man as good as you look? I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
What's the problem?
I don't know. I don't
go
know
where they are? What's
I don't know.
You are separated by a curtain here today, Nancy Sirianni.
More than that.
There is a curtain, and there are 3 men sitting to the on the other side of this curtain.
So I hear.
That would
Each
be
one
to
of
the
them
left
called
of
in.
Nancy.
I see these 3 guys. They all called in and said they were interested in dating you. And we will interview them, and then you will choose one. They will come out from behind the curtain, and you will get to go out with one.
I have many difficult questions that I need to ask them, Howard.
One guy identified himself as Irish John. One guy identified himself as Paulie. One guy identified himself as Mike.
Well, would you like them each to say hello to Nancy first
I
off?
will, but let me just remind the audience, the reason this is exciting is that Jackie was a part of our show for many, many years, and Nancy as well.
As a couple,
Right.
we love them.
And I think a lot of the listeners would like to bang Jackie's ex-wife. It's just a fun thing to do.
Why not?
Why not? In a way, it's kind of like, you know, how we always said F Jackie. Like, this is really effing Jackie.
You don't have to say F anymore, Howard.
No, I mean, this is as close as you can get to effing Jackie. And in some way, it's going to be fun to go where Jackie's gone. Now, Nancy's not guaranteeing
It's
any of you.
almost like being able to marry into the show.
In a sense, yes. Royalty.
Yes.
Everyone knows you sing, you're an actress, you're a handful. But
Yes, always have been.
when is the last time Jackie actually went to your cavern of love so that we know how distant we are from Jackie?
Many years ago.
Many years?
Yes, many years.
Did you stop having sex in your marriage at some point? Was that what happened?
No.
No. What happened? What went wrong? I don't understand. You and Jackie were the it couple for so many years.
Yeah.
What
You
goes
were
wrong?
Bayville royalty.
Yeah. You were the king and
we
queen
still
of
are.
Bayville.
We're just not living in the same house.
What went wrong? I mean, you're so lovely. I can't imagine. Relationship is what
No, I'm
trying-
not.
Oh, no?
Oh, you're looking to get laid?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I think probably have 3 guys who could probably handle it.
We can fill that bill.
No, halfway in between. I'm looking for some fun, is what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, it's so close.
I thought that was me for a second.
All over your fucking tongue.
Does that sound like fun?
Ow, my ears.
All right, here it goes. Now, I'm going to let you say hello, gentlemen, to Nancy. Contestant number 1, you identified yourself as Irish John. Is that correct?
That's me, Howard. How you doing?
Good to see you. And what do you want to say to Nancy? You want to open up with something?
Well, I'd like to thank Nancy for picking me one out of, I think, maybe 6, 7. A ton of guys are on the phone. It's great that you're a Yankee fan because I think we're going to have a good time. I have our whole date planned, and we'll get into that.
All right, Irish John, fair enough. Paulie, you called in, and what do you want to say to the beautiful Nancy Sirianni?
I'd like to say good morning to Nancy. It's a pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to possibly bang you in the near future, or at the least a blowjob.
All right. And we know she's good at that. Jackie told us many times that his wife was fantastic at the blowjob. So let's hope you get that at least, Paulie. And Mike, what about you? You identified yourself as Mike. Is that your real name?
Yep,
Go
that's
ahead.
it.
Say a few words to Nancy.
Hey, good morning, Nancy.
Good morning.
Let's see how this all turns out, right?
All right, you're a charmer.
Man, a few words.
right.
Man, a few words, but he nevertheless is here and ready to play. Well, let's open it up and start with maybe Irish John. What do you say, Nancy?
Okay.
And John, do you expect sex on the first date? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's up to Nancy. You know, no pressure, no pressure. We're gonna have a good time, and whatever happens, happens. We'll just roll with it.
All right, and remind us, you were never married?
Never.
Never been married? You've had girlfriends?
Had girlfriends, live-in girlfriends. I've been engaged.
You get sex from
Why
women?
aren't you?
Absolutely.
What's going on now? When was the last time you had a relationship?
About 7 months ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, I tend to date girls that when you go to stuff like Yankee games, can we get out of here? The game's almost over. I want to stay for the whole thing and then go out drinking afterwards, you know?
Is there a
So do I.
There you go. She likes to have a drink, too. So you like this. You like the Yankee games. You like what he's saying so far.
Yes, I do.
Have you ever raped a woman?
Never.
Never. You've never been on a sex spree, some sort of crime spree? You're not a pedophile?
Absolutely not.
Are you
Nothing.
a wanted man? Is there a warrant out for your arrest?
I have a very clean record. Never been arrested, never been convicted, none of that.
To help Nancy out, what Hollywood star do you most look like so that she could compare you to someone? Who do they say you look like?
You know what? I get Jim Brewer all the time, and I actually get people coming up to me saying, hey, Jim, can you sign this? I was at a Knick game with Angry Black,
Yes.
and we were walking out leaving the game, and some guy said, hey, can I get your autograph? And Angry Black goes, oh, yeah, sure, here. He goes, no, not you, Brewer. And I was like, the fuck?
Could you say who you look like? Maybe somebody that I know.
Jim Brewer is a comedian. He was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I
You don't know.
He kind of looks like Brad Pitt.
Nancy, do you have a question for this gentleman?
Yeah, I have quite a few
All right, well, let's
prepared
go ahead.
questions.
Remember, it's only a 10-hour show.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead.
John, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show, I like shows like Law and Order or Forensic Files on Court TV.
Okay.
Nancy, is that good or bad?
That's good.
You like that?
No, I don't, because I need to ask the other gentleman that. So
Oh, I see.
we can't,
Okay,
we
all right.
can't,
Yeah, she's
we can't
gotta-
establish.
All right, in that case, that's all their favorite shows, too. All right, go ahead, yes?
Okay. Do I ask John all questions, or can I?
You can
I
ask
move
any
around?
of these guys. Go ahead, move around. You want to ask
Okay.
something to Paulie?
Yes, Paulie. Do you have a car?
Yes, I do, Nancy.
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Honda.
Okay.
What is it? What is
Honda
that?
what? A Honda
Pilot.
Civic?
A Honda Pilot.
You got a big cock?
The SUV.
Okay,
like I
those
said,
are the
Howard,
questions you're going to ask, Howard.
Oh, all right. Well, do you big? You big in the pants?
Light switch.
And you know, oh, you're a light switch.
Sure.
You're not that big. Do you know how to handle a woman? Do you know how to get her off?
Well, absolutely, but mostly with my tongue.
Okay.
Oh,
So
she's
you like to go-
admitting to that.
Very
You-
interesting.
You like that. Nancy, do you
Absolutely.
enjoy that? Do you like
As
what
a
it
matter,
mean?
as a matter of fact, I'm known as the 𝗵𝗲
All right.
That's good for broads.
How do you spell that?
Do you know where the G spot is on a broad?
I know where the A, B, C, D, E, F, and G spot is.
All right. Well, that's good. Then you're a stud. Nancy, do you like oral sex? Do you enjoy when a man pleases you with his tongue?
I do like oral sex.
All right.
Okay. Mike,
Hey, Nance.
do you have any gay friends?
I don't think so. Maybe.
No gay.
Does that bother you to have gay friends?
It wouldn't matter to me one way or the other, Howard. I like women.
You have any friends?
Yes, I do.
All right, good.
Paulie, do you have any gay friends?
Yes, I do.
Gay friends. John?
Henry Hill,
Yes,
right?
absolutely. I got a bunch of gay
Henry
friends.
Hill, yes.
Bunch of gay friends.
You got
Yeah.
a bunch of gay friends.
more
Right?
than-
Absolutely. I like to hang out with all different kinds of people. It doesn't matter. Race,
Okay.
creed, color.
All right, go down the line here. Which one? Who are you voting for in the next presidential election? You know, given the
Oh,
current
I have
crop,
that question, too.
Do you really? Given the current crop of candidates, go ahead, Irish John. Who are you backing?
I'm backing Giuliani because I think the way that he
Wait,
took-
who's talking?
This
That's
is Irish
Irish
John.
Irish
John.
John. I'm back in Giuliani. I think the way that he took hold of the whole 9/11 situation, like took over. Everybody said he was kind of a bully, but I think this is what we need right now with the threat of Bin Laden and all that. I think a guy like Giuliani would actually intimidate a Bin Laden. I mean, these people have nothing to live for, and Giuliani's just he'll work on our defense, and that's the most important thing.
All
in our
right, let's go to
country.
Paulie. Paulie, who are we backing here?
I would love to see Giuliani, but Clinton, I think we should see abroad in the White House right now.
You're for a woman.
Absolutely.
I see. You feel she'd be the best candidate.
It's a possibility, sure.
Are you saying that because you know Nancy's a feminist and she would probably most like that answer?
Absolutely.
That's
All
a good way to get
Oh, you're
picked.
doing that just to get the
Absolutely.
date.
No doubt, no
Don't
doubt.
think that you know me. How about you, Mike?
Well, Giuliani now seems like a good idea, but really I'm going to wait and see if one of the other candidates can maybe distinguish themselves a little.
Like who?
Well, anyone, Barack Obama, Hillary, I want one of them to say something that isn't posturing in the media, you know?
All right, fair
Okay.
enough. What about you, Nancy? Who are you backing now that the boys have all answered?
Well, I'm hoping that Gore runs.
Gore isn't running.
I know, but I'm
You're going
hoping
to wait
that
for
he
him
does.
to run. All right, well, there you go.
If somebody was to ask me that question, that's how I would answer it. So.
All right. Any of
So
you guys
wrong, all he is.
Like, any of you guys
Yeah.
like Nancy's music? You've heard it in the past. Anybody here have the balls to say it's no
I have
good?
that question, too.
That's right. Let's go. Irish John, is it good or bad?
You know what? Some is good.
Yes.
Some is bad. I like the folk stuff. I like the folky kind of stuff, and
Right.
the guitars and stuff. Sounds like
does
she got a
have
good band
beautiful
backing her.
voice. She has-
Absolutely.
All right.
Who
Name
was
your
that?
favorite-
Who was that?
That's
Irish
Irish
John.
John. Name your favorite Nancy song. Go ahead.
I can't name them. I've just heard
Paulie,
them.
name your favorite Nancy song. Go ahead.
I think her music is fucking phenomenal, and the Christmas song is the best one I've
All
ever
right.
heard.
Number 3, Mike. What is the best song? And who?
No idea. I have no idea what any of the names of the songs are, but
Is this
I
Mike
do like
speaking?
any kind of live music.
You're not even that familiar with Nancy, right? You were.
You don't. You have never heard Nancy's songs?
You played a few the other day when I called in, and I heard those. Let me say they weren't my cup of tea, but again, live music performed by someone with talent is always interesting, regardless of whether it's
right,
what you
fair
really
enough.
Is
like.
this
or
Mike
not.
speaking?
That is Mike. Yes, it is, Nancy. You have to play along, and you have to keep track.
I'm sorry.
All right.
It's happening too fast.
It's all happening
Nancy's
fast.
taking notes.
Nancy, what is your fantasy with these guys? You say you want sex with one of them. What do you want? Do you think sex on the first date might even be possible or obtainable for these gentlemen if you're attracted?
Never say never,
Right.
but
You've been known to spread.
well, but not usually on the first date.
What about when you had sex with a black man on the lawn?
I don't
What
even
about
think
That
was a
wasn't even a
date.
date. No,
What
that
was
was not
that?
a date. That was just sex on the lawn.
Sex on the lawn.
And it was the back lawn, Howard.
All right.
All these
Fair enough.
years. Yeah.
All these years I've had it at the front door.
No.
See, and I thought you were a
In the
slut.
back.
I stand corrected.
In the backyard.
All right, let's go right first to Irish John. What is the worst thing you ever did to a chick during sex? I mean, tell me about a great sexual experience.
The worst thing I ever did, meaning
Tell me a weird story about sex. So what's the strangest thing you ever did during sex?
I mean, maybe eat an asshole.
You ate some asshole.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll do that.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Sure.
That's
you
the
know,
strangest thing you've done?
you know,
Nancy, do
probably
you like
from a.
getting your asshole eaten? Jackie used to eat your asshole regularly, didn't he? Tell the truth. He told me he did.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, well,
Do you like
anything goes.
Do you like a tongue in your asshole?
Depends on whose tongue, but yes, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Look at that. Robin likes that too.
I mean, it's strange. Howard, it's
I'm
strange.
just sitting here.
Robin, you've never had a tongue in your asshole?
Well, I'm sure I have.
Nancy, do
You
you
just
ever put,
don't remember?
Nancy, will you ever put your tongue in a guy's asshole?
Why not?
Wow. God, I've never had that.
Well, you
Why
take
not?
showers before and anything goes.
Oh,
of
I don't
course.
shower before. That's
Oh, well,
what it
then
is.
I probably wouldn't put my tongue in your asshole.
You got to use baby wipes first.
Artie, have you had a tongue in your asshole?
No, not that I remember. No,
No.
not in my asshole.
Artie,
no.
you would remember.
Yeah. Well, I've been to some parties where I might not remember.
Oh, okay.
I've had jizz on my chest, but no tongue on my asshole.
You know?
Dominic,
that could indicate something.
Dominic, we're in the middle of a game. What is it?
Just could all of them be asked whether or not they think a wife should get involved in a husband's business?
That's a good one. John, should a wife get involved in a husband's business and poke her nose into his business?
Absolutely not. Keep it separately. You know, you have your career, we have our career, and we have fun in between, and that just doesn't become a problem.
All right, that was Irish John. Paulie, what do you think?
If it works, why not?
Okay, and what about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm with Paul on that one. You know, if you two can operate together all day in the work environment, why not?
Well, I've rarely seen it work. In fact, in the case of Jackie and Nancy, it worked horribly.
Well, let me just say that Jackie and I worked together before we ever went out or had sex or whatever.
I'm teasing. Thank you, Dominic, for that question. Let's get back to the sex question. Irish John, you said tongue in the asshole was the wildest thing you ever did with a woman?
Well, I mean, after my high school graduation, me and my ex-girlfriend got drunk, and I had my cap and gown on. My friend drove us up and down the hutch while I fucked her, and then I wiped my jizz off with my cap and gown and threw it on the side of the hutch.
All right, you're a true gentleman. Let's
okay, I need to ask who that was.
Irish John.
Okay.
All right, Paulie, what do you say? What's the wildest thing you've ever done sexually?
Many moons ago in my drug-induced days, we picked up, a friend of mine picked up this broad in a club. We went to our house, and I was banging her, and he was in the other room, and she stunk. So I left the room, and I said, "It's your turn," and I left the room, and he went in.
That's the wildest thing you ever did?
Yeah, I mean...
That's not that wild, Paul.
You traded off the stinky girl for your friend.
Probably the guy that stunk.
That's right. Let's go to Mike. Mike, what's the craziest thing you ever did with a chick?
I left the club with some young lady, and we were out in the front seat of her car when all of a sudden there was a tap at the window, and without getting out of my lap and stopping what she was doing, she reached back, unlocked the back door so her friend could come in with my buddy.
Wow. I kept banging you while your friends came in with his girl. All right. Well, there you go. No jizz-covered robes?
Yeah, no.
All right, there you go. Nancy, am I taking up too much of the time? Do you have a question you want to ask?
No, I'm enjoying your question.
Gentlemen, how often do you masturbate? Let's go to Irish John first.
Twice a day.
Twice a day you masturbate?
A day?
Why
Absolutely.
is that? That seems excessive to me.
Why excessive? Nah, just to relax. You know, you work a 12-hour day, you come home from work, get in the shower.
Do you watch porn?
Occasionally.
Do you get in the shower after a 12-hour day work and jerk off twice?
No. Once in the shower, once before I go to bed.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Amazing amount of jizz. Let's go over to Paulie. Paulie, how often do you jerk off?
It depends on how much of a roll I'm on. It could be once a day. It could be 3 times a week. It all depends.
All right, Mike, what about you?
Literally whenever the urge strikes, you know.
All right. Well,
how often does it strike?
Oh, at least a couple of times a week, you know.
You're banging Nancy in bed. How long can you typically last? Irish John, go ahead. Give me in terms of minutes. How long can you last and be honest?
Sober, probably about 5 minutes.
5
Drunk,
minutes.
Probably about hour.
Okay. Let's go to Paulie.
Quite a while.
Quite a while. How long is that?
Half hour.
You can go a
45.
half hour. Fuck Nancy for a half hour.
Absolutely.
Piece of ass like that you can handle.
Absolutely.
Well, I would come very quick with Nancy, I think. And let's go over to Mike. Mike, what do you say?
My marriage has been in the shitter for quite some time, so I would say about 5 or 6 seconds, but I could probably go 20 or 30 times the first day.
All right, very good.
Depending on how many times he masturbates.
That's absolutely true. Well, I'll tell you what, Nancy is a driven woman. She is a career woman, but she has needs. And one of you needs to fulfill those needs. One of you needs to take this woman and give it to her very hard. Who will it be? Will it be Irish John? Will it be Paulie? Will it be Mike?
I'd love to hear a couple more Nancy's questions.
All right, Nancy,
you
go
got
ahead.
Some more questions, Nancy?
Okay, yeah, I have some good questions here.
Well, let's ask him, Nancy. Now's the time not to be shy.
Okay, Irish John.
Yes.
Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon.
Mike?
McCartney.
Paulie?
Lennon.
Nancy, what is the hell is that going to tell you?
I don't know. I just thought it was a good question.
And what? Now that you heard the answers, what is the answer?
Can you make it?
Well,
who would you pick?
Who's better, McCartney or Lennon?
I like Lennon.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So when a guy says McCartney, what does that mean? He's no good?
Yeah, he just got a minus on his column.
I see.
Yeah, at least I'm not dead.
Howard, can I tell Nancy about the date that I have planned? Should I win?
All right, that's a good.
Well,
that's a good.
That's a good question.
All right,
Or that's a good answer.
Would you take her on?
Irish John, tell us about the date that you envision with Nancy, and be honest. What would you like to see go down?
It's the honest God truth. Friend of mine hooked me up with some of the people at the Yankees. I talked about the F&J Pine Restaurant. My friend Anthony Bastone does all the catering for the Yankees. He's going to send a car service for Nancy wherever she wants. We're going to meet at his restaurant.
Right.
She could look at the menu. She doesn't see anything she likes on the menu. The chef will personally come out, fix her any dish she wants. There'll then be a car outside. They'll bring us over to Yankee Stadium. We'll have great seats, field seats for the Yankee game. After the game, maybe go for a cocktail and then take it from there. No pressure. A lot of people around, you know.
Would you like a blowjob in the car for all of that? I mean, that's a lot to go through.
Hey, you know what? That'd be great, but that's up to Nancy.
And how big is your penis again?
I'd say about 6, 7 inches.
6 or 7 inches. Okay. All right. Paulie, will you
Very
answer the
nice
same
date.
question for Nancy Sirianni?
Can I say I'd like to go out with John if
I was going to say it's a very nice date.
Sans blowjob?
Yeah.
Another thing, Howard, I have a gift bag for Nancy with some Yankee wear that she could wear to the game, and you know.
Well, you are wooing this woman unbelievably.
Try
I
my
wonder,
best.
though, in 6 months after she's blown you and done everything to you, will you still have the same type of romantic dates? That's the thing.
Absolutely. I mean,
right.
the main thing is for your girl to be your best friend too.
Okay.
Got to have a friendship there, common interests.
Yeah, it's not going to turn into Burger King in the Mets game.
Paulie, what do you think is going to be the big date with you if Nancy is good enough to choose you?
Nancy mentioned she's a vegetarian. There's a super restaurant, Pure Food and Wine, that serves dynamite food.
I've been there. I love it.
I love it. And I think we'd start out there, have some food, great food, have some drinks, and then see what happens from there.
What would you like to have? What would you like to do to this woman? Would you like to nail her from behind?
As you said, have a romantic evening.
Right. We'll make it out. She jerks you off.
Something
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear the romantic night with Mike. Mike, what do you say?
Well, I get up pretty early, so a late night date isn't my thing. But you know, that twilight boat ride to some waterfront dining or so, that's my idea of a good time. Nice twilight.
You don't like a late night, but you'll take the.
If Nancy is good enough to choose you.
Nancy mentioned she's a vegetarian. There's a super restaurant, Pure Food and Wine, that serves dynamite food.
I've been there. I love it.
I love it. And I think we'd start out there, have some food, great food, have some drinks, and then see what happens from there.
What would you like to have? What would you like to do to this woman? Would you like to nail her from behind?
As you said, have a romantic evening.
Right. We'll make it out. She jerks you off.
Something
like that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's hear the romantic night with Mike. Mike, what do you say?
Well, I get up pretty early, so a late night date isn't my thing. But you know, that twilight boat ride to some waterfront dining or so, that's my idea of a good time. Nice twilight ride home.
Why do you get up so early? What's going on?
You know, the whole carpentry building business. You know,
it goes down early.
Exactly.
You're a hard
So
worker.
you don't like a late night, but you'll take the twilight cruise.
Yeah, well, you know, if I'm home by 9:30, 10, I'm happy.
All right, let's get down to the real question.
Oh, we'll get you home by then.
Yeah, we don't worry about it. She's got another date she has to be on anyway. By the way, what do you got? Was the show better with Jackie, or is it worse without Jackie? Let's go to Irish John.
I think the show's evolved a little without Jackie. Jackie was great, and it's great to hear like a retrospect when you hear Master Tape Theater and all that stuff. But the show's kind of growing like we all have as fans. You know, we've all grown, we've all evolved, and now Artie's a part of it, and it's great, and it's always been great.
All right, let's go to Paulie. Paulie, her ex-husband. Was the show better with him or without him?
The show was great with Jackie.
You love it with Jackie.
I loved it for all those years, but Artie is aces. He's just...
Well, you're having it both ways. Nobody's choosing.
He's at the top of his game, and he's just a great guy.
All right, and let's go to Mike. Mike, what do you say?
It was good with Jackie, but I think I like Artie in the seat better.
All right, there you go. Well, there it is. Unless you have another question, Nancy, I'm going to ask you for your decision.
Any more? Any final question?
Okay, I think I've heard enough.
You think you've made a decision? You have. What is it, Paulie? Yes, one last thing.
Does Nancy have any tattoos?
Yes, I do.
Where are they?
At the top of my butt.
Okay.
Are they?
Just curious.
I've never seen those.
I mean, you haven't been there.
Yeah.
Pull your pants down and let me see that. What is on your butt? What are you talking about?
I have a symbol, the Chinese symbol for longevity, on the top of my butt, and I got that tattoo as a birthday present for the guy that I was seeing.
This was recently?
It was a couple of years ago.
All right.
And he really wanted me to get a tattoo for him but he wanted me to get it at the top of my butt, and he wanted to watch as they did it. So
Just to let you know, I have a Chinese symbol also.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It means creative hands because I'm a graphic artist.
Right.
Unemployed.
Who's unemployed? Unemployed graphic artist, is that right, Paulie?
No, not at all.
Oh, you're employed.
Very well employed.
Oh, you got a job.
I'm looking for another job, but I am employed.
Okay, and let's go to Irish John.
I just want to say that I do enjoy Jackie's joke hunt on this channel, and I want to tell Nancy that I am a non-smoker. That was one of the questions after I'd hung up, and I've never smoked a cigarette in my life.
All the guys here are non-smokers, aren't they? All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Are they? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Nancy, I'm going to ask you to announce now. Who is it going to be? Bachelor number 1, Irish John. Irish John has his fingers crossed. I'm looking at Paulie, cool, calm, and collected Paulie. He's waving to the crowd, even though it's just us slobs. And, of course, Mike, who says, you know what? I'm a hard-working man, and I'm ready for some activity.
But get me home early.
That's right.
My decision.
I absolutely
literally
do.
what I'm thinking.
I think you owe that to the gentleman.
Well, Mike seems a little bit,
Just spit it
stiff
out.
to
Yeah.
me.
A little stiff.
Yeah, he's got to be home early.
Right.
He's going to last 5 or 6 seconds.
Right.
That's okay. Not stiff, whatever. Or stiff
So
for
far,
a
he
short
sounds
time.
just like me.
He's got no gay friends. So and he likes Paul McCartney, and not that Paul McCartney's bad, but given a choice between Lennon and McCartney, even though I really, really like Carpenters, I'm gonna
You're going to pass
on Mike.
Okay, well, if you're passing on Mike, maybe you should meet him now.
All right.
You want to meet Mike right now and see what you missed out on?
Okay.
All
Do
right.
I? But thank you very much.
Oh,
Thanks
you're
for
welcome.
playing.
You're welcome, Nancy.
Oh, there you go. What can I do? Wow. Poor Mike. Fake Jackie's on the phone. What is it, Fake Jackie?
Go to guys. She's a real pain in the ass.
All right. Fake Jackie says you're a real pain in the ass.
I didn't know that was a fake Jackie.
Yeah. All right, Mike stiffly sitting back down again. You saw Nancy. She looks good today, doesn't she?
Very attractive lady, yes. Very attractive.
Looks good in the dress with the boots and the whole thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I thought he was dressed for homeless
Listen,
Jeopardy.
I could stalk her and meet her somewhere else.
I got to tell you something.
Don't stalk me.
You wore shorts. I mean, you could have gotten a little more dressed up for the dating game.
Yeah, I'm thinking tidy whities too.
Yeah, but I think that's a smart move on his
How about
part.
nothing?
Why? He looks relaxed, you mean?
No, because she's not basing it on what he looks like at all.
Well, I mean, come on.
Well, now I am.
Mike, I like you.
He looks fine.
You're my kind of guy. I like a guy who goes to bed early, and I like a hard-working guy
So
like you.
maybe you
Thank
should
you.
date him.
I would, if you would leave your number with Gary.
You're going to dump Beth for me?
Yeah, damn right. Look at you.
You're crazy. I'm going after Beth.
Nancy, go ahead now. Continue your thoughts. This is all fascinating, and we can't wait to hear who is going to get a shot at banging
Yeah,
you.
because it's down to 2 guys now, Paulie and Irish John.
Right.
Well, Paulie, I really like Paulie's voice.
Paulie has that deep voice.
He has that deep voice.
Right.
And he has a lot of pluses on this column here that I've been writing.
Mm-hmm.
Irish John likes Law and Order, and I'm a big Law and Order fan.
What shows do you like, Paulie?
Jeopardy's my favorite show.
You like Jeopardy?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. All right.
Oh, we should have formed these answer these questions in a form of a question. And Irish John has the Yankee tickets, but I don't know. Paulie just answered all the questions right, so I'm going to go with Paulie.
Wow.
Irish John, I'm going to ask you to step over and meet Nancy. Irish John, are you crushed? You were just praying.
He was really
You know what,
like-
Howard? I have a gift bag for Nancy. My number's in there. When things don't work out, Paulie, she can call me. We'll do the same
Gift
day.
bag. I like gift bags.
All right. Why don't you
got
go
it.
over and say hello to Nancy Sirianni, formerly Martling. You missed out on banging her. You missed out on the date. Sort of like Hitler.
He looks like if Jim Brewer was a Nazi.
All right. Well, thank you, Irish John. Good luck to you. I'm sorry you didn't win the date, but now it's time to meet your dream man.
You're all
Paulie
excited.
has the voice. He's very smooth. He's calm. He's collected. He's a bit of a ladies' man. When's the last time you banged someone?
Sunday.
Sunday. Nice. All right.
good.
Well, you're desirable at least, right?
Thank you.
Well, Nancy, get ready to meet your man, Paulie, who hopes to bang you.
Okay, do I stand up now?
Yeah, stand up. Go ahead, stand up. Why not? If you want to stand up, I'll take a look at you. Very nice. All right, Paulie, go over and meet your dream girl, Nancy Sirianni. Go ahead.
Hi.
Oh, look at that. Oh, they're already almost making out.
All right.
Now, be honest, Nancy. Is he what you expected? He's dark. Is he your type?
Yeah.
He's in shape. Sure. I mean, yeah.
A good-looking guy, right?
54. Not bad for
Very
54.
good.
54. I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't know you were that old.
Robin, is he a good-looking guy?
He's a decent-looking guy.
He doesn't look bad, right? Yeah, all right.
Thanks.
I don't know if Nancy's disappointed or you're disappointed.
No, I'm not disappointed.
You're looking forward to this.
Yes.
You two want to do it right now? Stick it in her right now.
We can cut right to it.
Go ahead. Let me see. What are you showing me here, Paul? Are you taking off your...
I'm in good shape like you, Howard.
Let me see. Yeah, you're a thin guy. Yeah, okay. You're not gross.
Bad.
All right.
No, not
all
gross.
Right. Okay. You're no grosser than Jackie.
Oh, that should have been one of the questions.
Or Artie.
Number
That's
2,
right.
are you gross?
Nancy, I hope this works out. I don't know. I mean,
Well, we'll see.
go on the date, see how it works. At least you're somewhat physically attracted to him. Is that correct?
Take your glasses.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't you put them on your head.
All right. Well, I hope you two turn out to be a power couple.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I can tell there's some sparks
There's a
going
little
on.
spark going
When
on.
is the date? Is there a spark going on?
I
can't
think
tell.
so. I think they're clearly,
I think Paulie's happy. I think Nancy's happy.
Nancy's either really attracted to Paul or Will.
Paul is very attractive. I mean, you can't take your eyes off Nancy. It's almost love at first
She's
sight.
attractive, beautiful smile.
Right.
Yes.
Is that Will?
And I dig her glasses.
And you like her glasses.
Absolutely.
All right. And by the way, Irish John just lit himself on fire. That's for sure. Which is really sad. I'm so sorry. You're so disappointed.
Put himself out with his tears.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Howard.
Well, I hope this works out for you, Nancy. You know I love you.
Yeah, we can't wait to hear about the
Now,
date.
are you guys
Right.
coming on the date with me?
That doesn't sound good that you want us on the date with you.
Oh, I thought that it was like a chaperoned event.
Oh, it'll be
She
chaperone.
said she wanted a chaperone.
I mean, look at Paulie. I wouldn't trust him alone. Honestly, yeah. We will chaperone the date. Gary, are you going to be on top of that?
We'll arrange the first date.
Yes, I am.
Are we arranging the first date?
We will work on it. I was going to talk to the TV guys, see how much they want us, but maybe they want to just hang outside the restaurant. We'll work on it.
What are you eating? Can you stop eating for a
Yeah,
minute?
he's already on a date,
I'm
apparently.
sorry that you interrupted me while I'm fucking eating.
Or is it a minute you're not eating?
I know, but it's amazing. You called me. You fucking eat. Listen, this is about Nancy and Paulie.
What are those cakes you're eating?
It's a cupcake.
The guy's the size of a tuba. He's eating a cupcake.
Cupcakes there.
Two cupcakes.
It's one.
He's got 2 cupcakes.
It's one cupcake.
That's the Artie Lang
Look,
cupcake.
Look,
Oh, you decapitated the cupcake.
I don't eat the bottom. It's fat.
Nancy, you two are getting very close to each other. I see instant karma, if you will. I see this happening. I do. I
Much
see
like
something.
Lennon, instant karma.
Instant karma. This is it. Look at this. Look what's going on. The two
There
of them.
are sparks.
They can't even get. They're closer to each other than before. It's closer than Robin and Martina
Do you
Navratilova
think
at the
you two
U.S.
could
Open.
wait for the date?
Yeah. Maybe you two want to go in our green room and see if you can't hit it off there. Well, I'm a jealous man in a way. I really am, because after all, everyone wants to bang Nancy. And I hope you get in her, and I hope you give it to her hard, and I hope you really turn her on. I wish you luck with it.
I appreciate it.
Come up with a game plan, pal, and then tell us every bit of what it was like. You know what I mean? I want to know how she is.
We will let you know.
I know Jackie broke her in good, so she knows what she's doing.
Gary can't even give us a ballpark of when this will happen, huh?
Gary, how quickly can this happen? Nancy's horny.
I didn't know who was going to win, so I have to talk to both of them. Now that I know who won, Paulie's from out of town. I just got to wait and see, so I'll talk to them right after the show.
All right, finish your cupcake and get right to work on it.
She looks more uncomfortable than the girl that was chained to high pitch Eric. Me, Irish.
Irish John said that. You're just jealous. She
I
seems
am.
to like Paulie. Come on, let's be honest. All right, now that you've seen all three guys, did you think you picked the right guy?
Yes, I do.
You do? All right.
You're going to go to Pure Food and Wine, right?
That would be great.
But where are you going to eat?
All right, we're going to be back right after this. Good luck to you two on the date.
Thank you very
Nancy,
much,
always good
Howard.
to see you. It's good to get you back on the show. And
Thank
we'll
you
be
so
back
much.
right after these words.
Mike, John, it didn't work out today.
No, it didn't, but I kind of felt the day that we all called in when Nancy said, oh, he's from Cleveland, that's a good thing that her heart wasn't in it. I thought I was going to win. I thought maybe I could woo her, but honestly, that's the thing. I don't think her heart was in it. I think she picked a guy from out of town because it's convenient, and, she's missing out on a good time. Hopefully she'll call me when this unemployed, whatever the hell he is, disappears.
Yeah, I sensed a lot of animosity from you today, John.
You know what? You just put a lot of planning in. This guy, we'll go to dinner and we'll have a vegetarian meal and we'll see where it goes from there. What fucking kind of plan is that? You had a week to plan for this thing? Any girls out there that want to go out, I'll be at the bowling alley on River Avenue outside Yankee Stadium. We'll grab a beer, we'll go into the game and, screw it.
All right. So you feel that guy sort of mailed it in, this guy, Paulie?
You know what?
Look, you brought a gift bag and stuff with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Brought a Yankee hat, Jeter t-shirt. Weather's unpredictable, so I brought a Yankee blanket in case it gets a little cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty disappointed, John. Would you plan the second and third date too?
You never know. You got to plan ahead. That's the way you got to be. You're in construction, so am I. You should know that.
Mike, you seemed cool with the result. You weren't really too swayed either way in your, you weren't angered by not winning.
No, not even a little bit. No, just being here was, was the prize for me. So, getting to see the studio, meet Howard, Robin, Lisa.
Lisa, you're getting a lot of attention from these male suitors today.
Gary, you yelled at me.
Any chance with a little bit of Mike and Lisa thing happening here?
I'm on duty.
But Mike, if she was off duty, would you consider a little date with Lisa?
Lisa is a very attractive young lady.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
He said that when you first seen you in the hallway.
But it's not about me, it's about Nancy.
Well, it could be about you. When are you going to do a dating game? They've been trying to hook this up for a while.
Yeah, let's get something going here.
Time to throw your hat in the
All
ring.
right, let's continue with the questions, Greg.
Back to the professional report.
Okay. Well, valiant effort today, guys, and thanks for coming down.
Thank you. Had a great time.
Nancy.
Hi.
It's all over. You found your man.
Yes. Yes, found my man.
What do you Hey, Paulie, come on out here for a sec.
Yes, I'm very happy.
I
I did really well. Thank you very much.
Now, Nancy, you mentioned during the contest that Paulie answered the questions the right way. What specifically about his answers really got you and brought you in?
Well, I liked. He seems like a kind of simple, not in a bad way at all. A simple guy. Simple dinner. There was no big plans for any elaborate thing to impress me or whatever. I saw us having a date and just sitting and talking and getting to know each other, which is a good thing.
So you saw the potential for a down-to-earth connection type.
Right. He doesn't drive a big fancy car, which I like too. I like simple. I like green. I like. He was going to take me out for a vegetarian meal. It was good.
Paul, you hit all the right spots here today, man.
And I hope I hit even more.
Hey-o. Now that you guys have had a chance to see each other, and there's still that little bit of awkwardness because you're in the studio and everything. Are you very happy and pleased with physically, and did the face match the voice type of deal for both of you?
It's very strange to be speaking with people and try to match them up. I didn't realize when I first, when I was on the phone last week, that I wouldn't see the guys.
Right.
So I didn't really have him pictured this way, but I'm not displeased at all.
And Paul, you seem happy with the result here.
Absolutely.
Too.
As I said, Nancy's an extremely attractive woman, great smile and great personality, and very talented.
Now, I remember on the phone when this initially took place, when the phone call happened, Nancy, you said that you don't mind that Paulie lives, in another state a little bit further away.
No, I'm a very, very busy person, so I like somebody who's got their own life and got their own thing happening. So a long distance relationship is actually pretty cool.
All right, I'm praying for you two lovebirds. Hopefully we can make this happen.
Thank you
so much.
Good.
Hey everybody, what's happening? Good morning. Yeah, good to speak to you. Hey now, everybody. Wow, what a weekend. Some nice weather finally, and New York was actually warm. Just changed your whole attitude. Artie not here today?
Not yet.
Huh?
He's got sitcom business.
Oh, sitcom business. All right, well, that's important.
Great show.
Sitcom business. I need a little sitcom business myself. Artie's doing sitcom business.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wonder if he took that bet where you bet against Tiger Woods.
That's what I wanted to know.
He didn't.
He didn't.
No, he did not.
Yeah, of course not.
Goodness.
So funny.
He's got the worst luck.
I got to take a break, and then when we come... What? Holy Gary wants to say something.
That's just not the funny part. The funny part was that Artie wasn't going to take that bet. He was thinking that Tiger was so good, he was getting better odds on taking Tiger, and he was so close to doing it, Howard.
Oh, my God.
You were going to get, whatever it was, the odds were better if you just took Tiger to win.
So he didn't take Tiger?
No, but he was this close to doing it. He changed his mind at the last second.
Who knows?
The way Tiger was playing, I thought Artie had bet on.
Yeah, Tiger was playing awful. And then he was coming back, I heard, but...
He came back Saturday, but Sunday was a nightmare.
All right. We got so much to do. I just have to take this break, and then I'll tell you a couple of funny stories from the weekend. But first, these words.
So anyway, this Dr. Remulak has to call once a day and say this over and over? Yes.
I am Dr. Remulak.
I can tell you that the interns are fascinated with him. He just does this.
And you think he has obsessive compulsive?
I finally broke him down. I said, what's the deal? And he said he's OCD. He has to call once a day.
Dr. Remulak?
I am Dr. Remulak. 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 Dr. Remulak.
Hello. He got enough Remulak then.
You're listening to Financial Practices, the art of transcendental meditation. Meditation. Howard Stern.
All right, I'm back. All right, you're going to love this. So last night, now my dad never calls me. You know, he just, like my mom always calls. And I guess
he communicates through your mother.
And I guess she reports anything he has to say to me, and she reports back to him anything I've got to say.
She's the go-between.
Yeah. But my dad picked up the phone yesterday and called me. He was all excited. He said, you got to... Thank you, Dad. My father called me up and he goes, I had to call you. So what's up? I was talking to my next-door neighbor, Gail, and she tells me that they interviewed... Do you know the 7 POWs? I said, what? Do you know the 7 POWs?
Is this a quiz, Dad? You called me for a quiz?
I said, I don't know them personally. Meanwhile, I hadn't watched the news all day.
So you didn't know what he was talking about?
I kind of knew. I kind of figured it out that there must have been they found POWs or something. I go, yeah. I just go, yeah. He goes, well, he assumes I don't know anyway. That's been our pattern.
Right.
He goes, well, you know, they found the 7 POWs, and they interviewed them, Gail said. And the 7 POWs, they asked them, how did you pass the time when you were captured by the Iraqis? And they said, we swapped Howard Stern stories. Now, this is a great thing. And I said, that is a great thing. You're absolutely right. He goes, you should have to get confirmation. I don't know if it's what's going on, but you have to get tape of that. Because for the 7 POWs, to swap Howard Stern stories is a big story. So I said, you're absolutely right, Dad. I'm going to check into it. Thank you for calling me. So I write a note to Gary. Speak to me about the 7 POWs this morning. So I said to Gary this morning, I said, look, I don't know if it's for real. For all I know, it could be a Captain Jenks phone call. I just don't know.
Yeah.
My dad called up last night and said that the POWs are swapping Howard Stern stories. But Gary goes, wouldn't we have heard from one listener about this? I go, you would think so, but my neighbor Gail, my dad's neighbor Gail, is a very, very intelligent woman. There's no reason why this wouldn't be true. But I said,
she's not a Captain Jack. She's not pulling your father's leg.
Yeah. So of course I said no. I said, this doesn't sound right to me. I mean, I think I would have heard about that. And that's a big deal.
Of course.
I mean, for me, that's a big deal. I'd be very proud if the POWs held on to their sanity in the face of almost being killed, thinking they were going to die at any second. They held on to their sanity, swapping Howard Stern stories. So then Gary comes in. He goes, I'm going to ball someone, check around. I'm going to see if I can find out something, but it doesn't sound right to me. So then Gary says to me, here's some tape for you for this morning. Captain Jenks made a phone call to Fox. I haven't heard it yet. I said, okay, let me listen to it. So here it is.
At the Riley is the father of James Riley, who has now been rescued. Yes, Mr. Riley, can you hear me, Sir? Eric Shaw, Fox News.
Yes, I'm here.
First of all, congratulations. Our heart and our sympathies are with you. Terrific news.
Thank you so much.
What was it like for you this morning? How did you hear? Did you expect it?
We were worried. We were very worried, and we were having breakfast, and the major came to the door and told us that they had found him.
Had you had any indication that this would come this morning?
No, we didn't have any indication at all, but we had hope, and that was the main thing. And from what we understand, the soldiers, they survived and passed the time by talking about stories of Howard Stern.
Well, I think that this may not be Mr. Riley. So let us go back and cut that guy off, if that is the case. And I want to say one thing. Sometimes that does happen, and those guys are real jerks who who do this and try to nab the media, and it's happened occasionally.
But we did have a chance.
Apologize to our viewers for that guy.
That one was a beaut.
What's great is Fox was goofing on MSNBC for being scammed by Captain Jenks, and now they're scammed, and you know, that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
So if my dad is listening,
It was Captain Jenks.
Captain Jenks.
Well, that's what it sounded like when, you know, you were relating the story.
Yeah.
I said, that sounds like one of those phone calls.
Yeah.
Hey, good morning, Howard.
Good morning, my friend.
You know, it's really weird because I went out yesterday and I was sitting at a local bar that I go to, and somebody said to me, you know, somebody got on with one of the POW's fathers got on and said that they passed time by talking about Howard Stern.
So it's even happening to you.
And it's weird because the guy says, hey, it's not, you know, that was not the guy we're supposed to be talking to.
Yeah, I was like, was that believable?
All I know is my dad called me for the first time in 17 years, I think, and said, you got to hear this. This is big news.
So I brought your family closer together.
You did, so I want to thank
Is
you.
he going to be upset now that it was Captain Jenks?
Well, you know, here's what I'll say is, I told you I didn't know. I just wanted to report to you. I told you it could not be, it might not be true. So my dad got taken in. But he didn't actually hear it.
He didn't hear it.
No.
Gail got taken in.
Yeah, my dad can't hear anything anyway.
Well, that's okay because they had closed captioning on Fox, and you could see the call in closed captioning.
There you go.
Your dad read it.
So what if you really were one of the parents of the POWs and you
They
were
would
trying...
have been hung up on.
Right. You know, I'm kind of pissed at that.
I mean, what if they really were talking about you, Howard? And you know, if there's any news story where you're related in some way or another, and they go on to a news channel and call in about this, you'll get cut off whether it's true or not.
Because of you. It's your fault. If I'm actually in the news, I'll be cut off. No one will believe it.
But this guy probably, the guy's real father, he's from New Zealand, Sergeant Riley.
Yeah.
And he's got a New Zealand accent. And they just did a press conference 15 minutes before I went on the air, and it's like I'm sitting there like eating a cheesesteak.
They put you right through.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even try this time.
Right.
I'm thinking
they called you and said, would you please go on?
Yeah. Next week I'm thinking about calling CNN and telling them the Easter Bunny, and I want to get on and wish everybody Happy Easter.
They'll put you right through.
All right, Captain, thank you.
See you later, Howard.
That's Captain Jenks, whose stories bring families closer together. How funny is that?
So will you call your father this afternoon?
No.
I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
For what reason? Let them think the POWs talk about me.
Dad, yeah, I tracked that story down.
So funny, because I had my parents over Saturday night, had a little family dinner, you know. And, you know, my dad doesn't hear anything. He's gonna go for a hearing test now.
Did he finally give in?
Yeah, because he just doesn't hear. And he goes, look, I know maybe I don't hear so good, but a lot of these people don't enunciate. I said, Dad, they're enunciating. You can't hear.
Been enunciating any better all his life, and he heard them then.
And he's like, I think I'm going to go to a doctor.
So he's finally given in.
Yeah, well,
it's not the rest of the world, it's him. He's finally figured it out.
He's assuming that, you know, they can help him. Who even knows if they can? I said, you better get going.
Well, of course they can help him.
You don't know. Some people, a hearing aid doesn't work.
If you don't put it in.
Well, my father already was like, do you know President Clinton wears a hearing aid?
Oh, so it's okay now.
Now it's cool. Because he's like a good-looking stud, and if my dad's going to get laid...
Yeah, it's like the new earring.
Yeah.
I got my hearing aid.
You can't even see it.
Ladies.
Come on. Let's go. You know, President Clinton gets laid.
Monica Lewinsky, I've got a hearing aid.
Yeah. Yeah. Friday night I went over to the Def Leppard concert over at the Beacon Theater.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. But I only stayed like 20 minutes. I went out and got drunk beforehand, so I was having trouble. You have to stand up because no one sits in their seat. And I realized the room might have been spinning a little. So I figured I'd better go out and get some air.
How do you know it was good? You were drunk.
All I know is I couldn't hear for about 2 hours afterwards. Oh, my God. You know what? I forgot to bring earplugs, which I normally do.
Oh, you do? You're one of those people?
Yeah, my ears get really burnt out. Like, I get this high hiss in my head after a rock concert.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that a lot. You don't hear, like, you don't get, like, this sort of... sound?
No.
Do you get that, Fred?
Only if, like, really, really super. But I think it has to do with the headphone stuff. You seem to be more sensitive to it.
I don't know, man, but I always was like that.
Not a long time.
Yeah, maybe I was there a half hour. I don't know. Who knows how long I was there?
Take it easy. You have a hiss.
Yeah, it was like...
Dad.
There were little kids in the audience. And I don't know why people subject it. The kid was holding his ears. It was too loud. It was too loud for these little kids. Kid must have been about 8.
Wow.
You know, I don't even know what those kids are doing at these concerts.
Why are they there?
But they were pretty good, Def Leppard. I'm not a huge Def Leppard guy, you know, but they were good. Joel Elliott still sings real well. And how old are those guys, Def Leppard?
They're younger than we are.
I don't know.
Yeah, they just look bad because they partied hard.
Because I said, I think Joe Elliott's younger than me, and then someone said, no, they're older.
Nah.
They might be slightly younger, but they're in their 40s.
Boy, I'll tell you, that one-armed drummer, that guy can bang the crap out of those skins. I don't know how he does it, because you can't really see what he's doing back there from where I was sitting.
And they got rid of the second guy, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's the only drummer.
Only drummer. He's good. He's real good. But I was thinking, I wonder if it's hard for them to just play the Beacon Theater now. Didn't they used to play out big arenas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They were like, hello, New York. And like, you know.
This is hardly New York.
Yeah, it's like 150 people there. Hello, New York.
What is this, Congress? We're representing New York?
Yeah. New York City. Like, shut up.
Every night they go to another city and they have to say, hello, Philadelphia, how are you? It's good to
Sometimes
be
they
back
forget.
in Philadelphia.
They have to say it at least 4 times, because they said New York 4 times, at least. Like, everything was like, New York. It was real nice. At one point, they draped the British flag and the American flag over the microphone, and Joe Elliott said some real cool stuff about the troops. He was good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he had some good things to say. And, you know, I didn't hear him do Pour Some Sugar on Me, but I heard fa-fa-fa-foolin', fa-fa-fa-foolin', fa-fa-fo-hi, fa-fa-fa-fo-hi, fa-fa-fa-fo-fooey, fa-fa-fa-fooey, fa-fa-fooey, fa-fa-fa-fooey, fa-fa-fa-fooey. Yeah, I heard that one. That was kind of cool. And one dude was wearing his pajamas. There was one guy, one of the guitar players has to take his shirt off. You can tell he's been hitting the gym.
Uh-oh.
So he took his shirt off like the 3rd song in.
Couldn't wait.
Yeah, he couldn't wait to get that shirt off.
Wow. Is it the 3rd song?
And the guy was pretty ripped. You could tell he's been working out at the gym.
Yeah.
But you could tell the other guys weren't.
Makes him look bad.
So funny. Yeah, that was great. Yes, I went to the Def Leppard concert.
Well, sort of.
Kinda.
If you were only there 20 minutes.
You know what? I got a little nervous because I went with Ross and Melissa, you know, Ross's girlfriend Melissa. And Ross works for a record company. I thought he was going to hook us up with some really good seats.
Uh-huh.
He hooked us up like right in the back, and there was like a lot of commotion going on. I was getting a little nervous, quite frankly.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what was up with that?
I don't know. I would have let Steve Kingston hook us up.
Is Ross connected or not?
He is, but he got the tickets through PLJ. I didn't realize it was a PLJ concert.
Oh.
WPLJ concert.
What's he up to?
Yeah. So I think we could have gotten better seats, but thank God we were back, because my head was ringing as it was. Brian, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Howard Broncos? What's going on?
Hey.
I was at that concert Friday, man, and you know what? Every time I go see them, I mean, they're excellent. They're excellent.
Yeah, it was a good
put
show.
on a good show.
Yeah, I got to say, they were good.
You know, they're in their 40s now, and for being up there, I mean, I can't believe they can still hit those high notes. You know,
yeah, they did sound good. They sound good.
For 3 hours. But the people at the Beacon were great. We sat up on the 2nd tier in the middle, and they were, you know, allowing everybody to go to the sides, those little catwalk areas there, which were excellent, got up close.
Hey, I'll tell you what,
and,
I was glad. I wonder if this guy can hear me.
I don't think so.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay, good.
They played for 3 hours? That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they went out about 8:30, and they ended about, I guess it was about 20 after 11. Yeah. We got out of there, so.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Well, I was glad they didn't light off any pyrotechnics.
Burn down the place?
Yeah, they didn't burn down the Beacon Theater. I was good, because I was remembering all their old videos from MTV, and they always had crap being lit off.
Yeah, they were heavily into the pyrotechnics.
Fire!
Yeah. They always, and you know, even in the summertime, they do excellent shows, and they're down at the Art Center in Jersey.
Thanks.
So they should be playing out there. But All right, thanks a lot.
I walked in with a full fireman's outfit on and a fire extinguisher myself.
You had the hat and everything.
Yeah, I had the hat, had the boots. A lot of chicks think that look. Should have seen them. They were going wild for me. I don't know. So that was Friday night.
So what were you? Where were you before that you got so buzzed?
I went over to Citrus and drank a couple of vodkas.
Ah.
And I was buzzed. Ross, too. I don't know. He handles it better than I do.
His head isn't swimming.
Yeah, I was a little wasted. I was in bed by 10, I think. I don't know. So
What a night.
Yeah, I was just beat. You know how it is when we work Friday and then...
Yeah, I mean, Friday itself can be a real headbanger.
Yeah, you could get drunk just from working those early hours.
Just eating dinner.
Yeah, it makes me drunk. So then, Saturday, I don't know what I did. It was a nice day, but...
Beautiful.
Yeah, Saturday night I had my whole family over.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Actually, Saturday morning it rained.
It did. Oh, yeah, right. Then it got nice.
Better later on in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I laid in bed till the rain stopped.
Mm.
And then Sunday, I went over to the Long Island Bulldog show. Over there in Massapequa, Long Island.
Yes.
Over at the VFW Hall.
Wow.
Yeah, they had some all bulldogs, puppies. I brought my dog.
You brought your dog along?
Yeah, to play with the other dogs. Sure.
There's a place for that?
Yeah, I mean,
do they have the dogs running around?
No, you just kind of have them on a leash, and they go. Bulldogs love other bulldogs. And they all played. It's like a doggy swinging club.
Mm.
It was beautiful. And I was over there for like an hour or so with the kids.
Mm.
They loved it. Nothing better than playing with a little puppy, you know what I mean?
Did you watch any of the judging?
No, I didn't stay for the judging.
Uh-huh.
I just go to talk to other bulldog people.
I see. And what did you learn?
Well, I learned that a lot of people get a real nice shiny coat on their dog when they give them an egg.
Oh, really? In their food?
Yeah, 3 times a week.
So now you're going to be cracking eggs?
Yeah. Did it last night, but the dog I put it in the food, but licked each individual piece of food to get the egg off it.
Yeah, he didn't like the egg.
No, doesn't like his food. Likes the egg.
Oh, you mean he pushed the food away and only ate the egg?
Right.
Oh, I thought you said he was eating around the egg.
No. She.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Does it matter?
I think so.
You ripped the guts out anyway.
To me.
It's hardly anything.
Yeah. And now we're trying to figure out if I'm allergic to dogs because I took Claritin yesterday. Anti-allergy. I was fine.
Uh-oh.
I know. But I'm not dealing with it. I'm going to wait till the nice weather comes. Everything's going to change.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But you can see I'm okay today, right?
Right. Yeah, you're not clearing your throat.
No.
Uh-oh.
I know. I'm freaking out. I know. I had my first good day yesterday.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I might have a nasty-ass allergy.
It sounds it, because you've been hacking for months now.
3 months. And I just took Claritin, and I'm okay. But
Cleared it right up.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, you are allergic to something.
Yep. I think it's Fred. Bob, you're on the air.
Howard.
Hey, now.
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Just listening to you since NBC, was it 81, 82?
Hey, now. Yep. NBC, we started in 81?
81?
That's how long I'm listening to you, buddy.
I think 81.
Nice.
What's up?
Yesterday's Newsday Parade magazine cover, Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Yeah.
Girl is smoking hot.
Smoking hot.
You don't even know. Howard has the real pictures.
Yeah, I got better pictures than the ones on the cover of Newsday, bro.
Well, it's on the cover, and then inside they have another article about a new X-Men movie and all this new stuff she's been doing.
Whatever.
This new X-Men movie looks like it's going to be good.
That looks good, and so does the new Matrix.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the Matrix will be, but I couldn't believe Adam Sandler's numbers this weekend.
Holy mackerel. Did you see that? Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson made $45 million this weekend. And the movie didn't even get good reviews.
Knocked me over with a feather. I said, all right, it's going to be number one, but by how much?
Tell you what.
Oh, ridiculous.
I'm going to shut up from now on when it comes to Adam Sandler and admit I just don't get it.
Right.
Nobody could, but the movies look really bad, though.
Who went? Do you know anyone who went to see Anger Management?
No.
I don't either. It must be like the Midwest.
And he must be kicking himself, wondering, how could they not have liked Little Nicky?
Yeah, I mean, what's the difference?
Every other piece of crap I do, what was wrong with that piece of crap?
And I've heard people speculate why Little Nicky didn't do well.
Really?
And I'm like, well, how dare you? How dare you?
Howard.
Yeah.
Halle Berry's in this movie, too, you know, with the Rebecca Romance.
Yes, I know that. I know that.
Oh, you're fixated, aren't you?
This guy sounds like he's on medication.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you something. You on Claritin, my friend?
I got up at 5 o'clock. Well, you got up at 4, right?
Yeah. Hey, you know what's nuts about Claritin?
What?
It's $5.95 for 5 pills.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? That's $1.50 a pill. Something like
These
that.
medications are outrageous.
They only sell you 5 at a time in a box.
Really?
Yeah.
So what if you got a real problem?
Well, you're hooked. You're hooked.
I've never heard of that. 5 at a time?
That's all that comes in the box is 5 little pills.
And that's not over the counter?
It is.
It is, and it's only 5 pills.
Yeah.
Dude.
Later.
Listen, you rock. Fred rocks. Everybody rocks.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah. Claritin. My new drug.
Of choice.
Well, I'm going to try it for a couple of days. And then I'll be able to figure out what's going on with me. Then when we go to Vegas, I'll be away from the dog for a week.
You'll also be able to see them.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean you're going to try it for a couple of days? Haven't you already seen?
I guess so.
What do you need another day for?
I don't know. I just don't want to be allergic to my dog. I love that dog. I don't want to have that.
The first day you discovered it.
No, I don't want to talk about it. I really don't.
Just because you're allergic to the dog doesn't mean you can't love it and keep it.
Let me alone.
Yeah.
Let me alone.
My kids were with me Saturday night. I couldn't breathe. I was almost passed out on the couch. I was like, and they're like, Dad, this doesn't sound right. You've been doing this for 3 months. I go, I know. I said, I don't get it. And that's when I said, I'm taking this Claritin.
Yeah.
And that's when I cleared up.
Wow.
Took it in the morning.
So it's really bad, like when
At night.
you're hanging out with the dog.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm barely can breathe. But yesterday I went to the Bulldog show, but I was on Claritin. I was okay.
So all you have to do is stay on Claritin.
I won't do that. I can't. It's crazy. I can't do that. If I didn't talk for a living, I think I could get through it all.
No, you couldn't. You can't breathe.
Yeah, but breathing is overrated. You know what I mean?
Who really needs to breathe?
Well, and I'm now working on the idea that allergies are psychosomatic.
Well, that's a possibility with you.
That's right.
For sure.
So I'm working on that possibility now.
All
so I'm going to start working on that.
All right.
That's my next move.
Okay.
Okay? Dave.
Yeah.
What's up?
Dave from Tyler Ness Custom Homes.
I had no idea what you said.
I went and saw Rob Zombie's movie this weekend.
How was his movie?
It was awesome.
Oh, good.
There was only like 20 people in the movie theater, though.
I know.
I'm figuring he didn't make out too good.
He made under $4 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
He made 3.4, but I thought that was pretty good.
I thought so, because it wasn't in a lot of theaters.
Didn't it cost like $7 to make?
I think maybe 10.
Right. That's a good return, actually. It's probably the biggest. That's probably the most money Hollywood made in a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Can I give away something about it?
One of the E dudes said that he says, if I see Rob Zombie, can I beat him up? I go, well, why is that? He goes, I want my $10 back.
Oh.
He hated it.
Crazy.
Really?
He said it was horrible.
If you're into horror movies, it was pretty good.
Richie. You went to Rob's movie?
I want to kick his ass so bad.
Really?
You know how, like, a lot of people say Plan 9 from Hollywood is the worst movie ever made?
Plan 9 from
outer space?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Really?
The worst piece of crap I've ever seen.
It's worse than an Ed Wood movie?
Oh, the worst piece of crap.
Ed Wood at least makes some sense.
Yeah. It was a bad Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff.
Right.
And
anyway, hey Howard.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
There was one good part where you see Sherry's ass, his girlfriend.
Right.
That's about it.
Naked?
She's wearing chaps with nothing else underneath them. So her ass is hanging out.
Sherry's hot.
Yeah, but the script is bad. The acting was horrible. It was just, I was punching myself in the car on the way home because I wasted an hour and a half of my time.
You just sat through the whole thing, though.
Yeah, because I was hoping for something. Something had to come out of it. But it was just so bad that I want to kick his ass and I want my money back.
Right.
Wow.
You know, it was just horrible.
I know. All right. Well, what can I tell you? Rob's a friend, but I guess maybe it's hard putting together a movie.
Hey, it's the first time,
That's
you know.
right. He'll get it right.
He shouldn't have directed. Maybe he should have just written it. Or maybe he should have directed and not written. I don't know.
One of those things he should have given up. Lance, you're on the air.
Hey now, Howard.
Hey now.
And Megadotas as well.
Thank you.
Howard, listen, I think you might be right about the psychosomatic thing. Did you have any problems when you had the other dog?
No, but from what I'm reading, different dogs have different dander, believe it or not.
Yes.
And you can be affected by different kinds of dogs.
Like when you first got the dog, did you notice any problems then?
No. I would say started about a month in, but then I was reading about allergies. They say the dander builds up in the carpets and in the apartment.
Right, it's a sort of saturation thing, and it's a constant irritation thing that you're being, hit with it over and over again until your body starts to release things to try to fight it.
Yeah, that's what's going on. I didn't realize that. I thought it would happen right away. Like, I've seen people who walk into a room and immediately start tearing up.
But they've been sensitized.
Right.
See, now that would probably happen to you, that if you walked into, the Bulldog show without taking the Claritin, you might have had a real problem.
Yeah.
Well, what about when you, didn't you go away, last time you went on vacation?
Yes.
Were you having problems before then? Do you remember?
I swear to you, I just don't even remember. I'm one of those guys that doesn't keep track of all that. I just know I've been having a lot of trouble.
I know that you started talking about thinking you were coming down with a cold, and then the cold never really materialized.
Yeah, I had a cold.
You had a cold. No, I'm talking about before the cold, and then you had a cold. So you might have been starting to build your allergy up then. Then you got a cold, and then you've been thinking this residual coughing and whatever you're doing was part of the cold, and it was just the allergy.
Yeah. That's what my doctor thought. He thought maybe I just still had a remnant of the cold. Mm-hmm. But he x-rayed me and stuff. There was no bronchitis or anything. So who knows? I don't even want to deal with it. Let's not talk about it anymore. I don't even want to think about it. I love that dog.
Is it the reason you don't want to think about it is because you would have to get rid of the dog if you're allergic?
I would.
Oh.
And I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. I mean, I'll figure out I'll buy a separate apartment for the dog and visit it. I don't care.
That's funny.
Because I love the dog.
Who lives in that apartment?
It's the nicest dog ever. It's the nicest dog on the planet.
Hey, Howard.
Me and my dog.
Only you.
Only I'd be allergic. But a lot of people evidently suffer from this.
Yeah, but you've never had any allergic most people, if they're allergic to cats. You had a cat, no problem.
Nothing. Never had a problem.
Only very few people are allergic to dogs.
Right?
You're special.
Me. That's why I think it could be psychosomatic. I do. And I'm going to talk to my man, Dr. John Sarno.
He'll fix you up.
Right.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
I just don't do as many bits anymore. I know it's probably a pain in the ass, but
we do bits.
I love that stuff.
All right, we'll do one. We're going to do one about a guy who's allergic to his dog. He lives in a bubble. All right. Let's see. What else? So much going on. So much email. I don't even know where to begin. All right, I'll save the email for after the break. I'll stick with the phone calls because there's a whole bunch of people who want to talk to us. Go ahead, Eddie. You're on the air.
Howard.
Yeah.
You heard about them shooting at Snoop Dogg the other day, right?
Snoop Dogg was shot at. Did you see that, Robin?
No, I did not.
On the news. And it had an article in the paper that Suge Knight had been on the Howard Stern show, and I wish I had saved the article so I could read it to you.
Oh, they're tying it all together?
Yes.
Well, they did actually kind of tie it together. I was reading the Post on Saturday, or the Daily News. I think it was the Daily News.
I think it was the Post.
Yeah.
That's where I seen it.
And it was the day after Suge was on our show.
Right.
Well, what happened is Snoop Dogg was driving around in one of his fancy cars.
Exactly.
Where was he?
Was it L.A.?
I think it was L.A.
Yeah. And he was driving around, and there was a drive-by, and shot up his car, and he survived.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't hit But he was driving, I guess.
But he wasn't the target of this drive-by, was he?
Well, I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
It was his car that got shot up, and he was in it.
Like, did he drive through a drive-by, or did he...
No. You think there was a drive-by going on, and he just kind of got in the middle of it?
Be in the neighborhood.
No, I think it was directed at him. It seemed to be he was the only one involved.
Oh, they were actually shooting at his car.
At the Snoop Master.
Howard, I need to ask you a question. This guy, Captain Jenks. I need to ask you about this guy, Jenks. Can he be arrested for doing what he's doing?
No.
He can't?
Not that I know of. I mean,
There's no law against making phone calls.
Why can't you make a phone call?
I mean...
How come all these TV shows can have candid camera and practical jokes?
Yeah, but he does it at really inopportune times, you know.
Well, how else would you do it? I mean, when else would you do it?
Well, I just asked. I'm not sure. I just had to ask.
Right. No, I don't think he could be arrested for that.
Okay.
No, this is not Iraq.
Right. Thank you.
Thanks, Howard.
What's the offense? Making phone calls to news organizations that don't check their sources?
They should be arrested, not Captain.
Yeah.
If anybody's going to be arrested.
Yeah, arrest Fox News and MSNBC. Anyway, so I don't know what I was talking about.
We were talking about Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, so Snoop Dogg's driving around, gets shot up. So then in the article they go, and by the way, Suge Knight was on the Howard Stern show yesterday screaming about how Snoop Dogg's his son because he effed Snoop Dogg's mother and all this other stuff. And they were linking, they weren't saying that it was Suge Knight.
But it was just coincidental that Suge Knight should be disparaging him on the air, and then he gets shot.
And they were saying, lest anyone thinks rap wars are over. They're not. That's all.
Do you think she'll get anything? Did it cross your mind?
I don't know. Hey, what do I know? It was kind of a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Maybe someone took the opportunity after they heard Suge, but I don't think it was Suge.
Because Suge was just saying, we should have the whole tournament where you put every rapper who has a problem with him in a steel cage with him, and he'll fight them all.
I mean, I think Suge was making the point on our show that he doesn't want to kill these guys, just wants to beat them up.
Right.
So there you go. Dan, you're on the air.
All right.
Dan?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good.
Who's this?
Howard.
You're not Howard.
All right. Thanks for the call, Dan.
All right.
There you go.
Missed your opportunity. Very important.
Gavin, go ahead.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
Hey.
Listen, man, I've been on Claritin for 2 years. It's not that bad.
Why are you taking it?
I'm taking it because, I have allergies. I got 4 cats and 1 dog. and I'm telling you, Howard, I was listening to you. I had the same exact symptoms you had for 6 months. I couldn't breathe. I was coughing all the time. I felt dizzy. I felt dizzy all the time. And I started taking it. I feel fine. What's the big deal? Just take the Claritin.
I'm not a guy who takes medications. I don't like the feeling.
Well, yeah, but no, you get used to it. You get used to it after 3 weeks.
What does it make you feel?
Normal.
It just doesn't. You don't feel right.
It makes you feel speedy at first.
Yeah, I don't take medication.
It's not like you.
Yeah,
okay, but look, what if something ever happens to you? You have to take medication, just like now.
Well, then I'll do it. But this is something that I can't, I can control.
No, I understand.
All right.
But if you love the dog, you should still take it.
There's something very wrong with people who love their dog so much that they're willing to take medications and suffer through not being able to breathe.
Another type of dog?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I'm just never going to own a dog. That's the problem.
Howard, who's the most scariest interview you ever had?
Scariest interview?
The most violent, who acted the most irrational towards you?
Maybe Gary Busey. I don't know.
Gary Busey? Yeah, right.
Mr. T, I think.
Robin or something?
I thought Mr. T might have been the scariest one.
That was a weird
I heard
one.
that. I thought he was going to rip your head off.
I think if I hadn't sort of calmed him down a little bit, I think he would have beaten my ass. I think he would have beaten my ass.
Yeah, if you had continued whatever line got him into that state, he might not be here.
I've spoken to him since, and he said he was only kidding around, but I know he wasn't.
Yeah, there was a look in his eye that was not faked.
And did Bruce Dern react?
I never had Bruce Dern.
Who am I thinking about? Maybe Robert Blake?
Robert Blake was nuts. Okay, if I'm going to give you my top scariest interviews, it was Mr. T. Robert Blake was definitely going to kick my ass. He looked at me and said, "What do you think I am? You're a monkey?"
What did you say to him to make him do that?
I go, "Dude, I'm not saying you're my monkey." I kind of backed off because he was going to kick my ass.
No, but what got him upset was that we were talking to each other and not him.
Yeah, I mean, he was being left out because obviously he didn't like it when he was a little boy and his mother and father would talk and he would be left out. So
Yeah, we went right into some scary
he turned out well.
Oh, we have the tape, don't we?
Different glasses.
Yeah.
Weird, man. I talk to you and you talk to her.
We don't directly talk to you. It's all about us.
You ask me a question, and then before I answer it, you answer it to her.
Yeah, well, it's a three-way conversation.
No, it isn't. It's a two-way conversation.
Oh, come on, Robert. Stay with me on this.
No, you stay with me.
John List, so he kills his whole family.
Yeah, stay over here for a second.
I can't. Man. It's too disturbing. It's hard for me to look at people. It's hard for me to communicate with people.
It's hard for me to talk to you when you're talking to her.
No, just talk to the side of my head.
No.
Yes.
Why don't you talk to the people out there and we'll talk to each other?
Wait a second.
You're the wrong guy here.
Hey, you're a good actor, man. Take it easy.
I'll talk to him. What's your name?
You talk to Jackie. I'll talk to Robin.
I don't know what they're about, but what do you want to talk about with me?
All right, here. Wait a second.
You ask me a question, I'll answer it. Or I'll ask you a question.
Robert.
Hey, shut up. I'm talking to him.
Stay focused.
You stay focused. I'm over here, Jack.
All right, so what you're saying is, I think...
We're talking about John List.
All right, we're talking about John List. All right, I'll look at you.
I reminded where he was.
Come on, we all talk here, all right? Just come on, just get with the program.
No.
It's a different thing.
No.
It's a different program.
He's a pig.
Do you prefer to give flowers or get flowers?
I prefer to give, but who the hell wants to get them?
Have you ever been involved in a fight in the street?
Yeah.
Oh, you're manly.
Well,
I answered that yes, too, and I was 43% gay.
Yeah.
Have you ever swung...
My boy, well, you know what the fight was over? My boyfriend said I didn't pull out.
Have you ever swung at the punching bag at a fairground?
Yeah. Well, I've hit the thing that makes you ring the bell.
When you move into a new flat, how important is it to redecorate?
See, this is a trick question. What's a flat? What's a flat?
A new apartment.
See, that's the trick question.
Very important, not very important.
But if you call your apartment a flat, you're gay.
Come on.
Not important.
You see, I said very important. Of course you want to decorate.
Yeah.
I said
It's not important to a guy.
No, bull.
No. I think what it is you want to set it up. I mean, you want to get your TV where you want it. You want your sofa where you want it. You want your gadgets all set up.
But that's not window treatment.
But it's not so much decorating.
Yeah, I think when Adam was single, I don't see him going out and buying like a new rug and stuff.
All right. If you have a, what's that say? I
think it's do-it-yourself. Yeah, DIY stands for do-it-yourself.
Oh, you don't know the DIY?
If you have a do-it-yourself task to complete, are you more likely to hire a professional or do it yourself?
I would do it. I was a contractor.
Yeah.
I said hire a professional.
Yeah, me too.
Is it better to be smart and ugly or beautiful and stupid?
If you're a guy, it's better to be smart and ugly.
See, I put beautiful and stupid. Brad Pitt's stupid, and he's got a great life. You're lying, man. You're just trying to come out non-homo.
No, but listen.
You wouldn't want to be super handsome and have every... Look at Casey. The guy walks into a room, every chick's all over it.
Yes. What does Casey make a year, and what do you make a year?
Yeah, but what's the point?
He can still get... Poontang.
It's all about poontang. Who cares?
You have a hot girlfriend and a bitchin' place to live.
Yeah, but don't use me. I'm in show business. Albert Einstein didn't have a hot girlfriend. Come on, dude. Just because you're smart doesn't mean you're going to have money.
But listen, if you're a girl and you're hot...
Where do I type in that Adam shared a bed with Jimmy? Is it better to be smart and ugly or beautiful and stupid? You're saying smart and ugly.
Yeah, because you can still have a good life as a guy.
If you're going to sleep with someone you don't know... If you're going to sleep with someone you don't know, would you go to their place or go to your place?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Me neither, but you got to answer one.
Oh, go to their place so I can,
get out.
Clean up using like their drapes and leave.
Have you ever given a sex toy as a present?
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's gay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't do it.
Do you frequently use lubricant in bed? Tell the truth.
No. I'm a dry. I've always been dry, even alone.
Do you get off on... Me too. Do you get off on lesbian pornography?
No, not my favorite.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. You don't get off on watching dykes?
I enjoy it. No, I'd rather see the guy in there.
All right.
Really?
Well, that's why it sounds gay.
By the way, you're saying you were a dry guy, Howard?
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah.
I thought there was lotion by your bed.
Sometimes, but mostly I stopped the sesame oil a long time ago.
I've never used lotion.
Does that hurt?
No, I'm very gentle, silly. I can regulate how I touch myself. Doesn't it hurt?
Yeah, but you got, like, friction, though.
So what?
Casey can't regulate himself.
I rip at it.
Must kill penis. Must destroy ball sack.
Have you ever thought you masturbate too much?
It's run across my mind.
Right,
yeah. Actually, I've been told, really.
All right, here you go. You are... Whoa! Oh, wait, no, that's not it. It's tallying. I thought that, too.
Oh, my God.
I thought it said you're 100% gay. Right here, get your results. Adam is 30% gay.
That's pretty good.
I was gayer than you. I was 40.
Is it? Yeah, that's good. So you're gayer than me.
It says, loosen up, my straight friend. These days, women like a man with some softer edges to grab onto. That's what I got, too.
How would they know?
This is some homo put together a website so the world could be gay with him and we could all hate his mother.
Oh, I forgot to answer this question. It says, would you say that Jimmy Kimmel's man juice is salty or sweet?
It's pungent, I'll tell you that.
All right. There it is. Are you gay? And if you want to go take that test.
What's the website?
Give it to me, Case.
So, Howard, if anything ever happens with us, like, let's say, next week in Vegas, it'll be your fault because you're 40% gay.
Yep. So
I was drawn in.
Do you think that has any correlation to if you were on a desert island with a bunch of men?
No. Channel14.com/gayometer. Gayometer. And that'll get you right on there. All right, we got to take a break. We'll do the news when we come back. What is it?
And that other one we were looking at was called designaVagina.com.
Design a vagina?
Yeah, that's one with the shaved and unshaved.
Oh, designaVagina.com. One word. Okay, thank you. We'll be back right after these words with Adam Carolla and more.
Hot dog. Howard's hot dog. What kind of girls like Howard's hot dog? Wacky girls, stripper girls, girls hopped up on crack. Whore dog, stupid girls, even nymphomaniacs love hot dogs. Howard's hot dog. The dog that makes girls laugh.
Howard Stern.
You guys, it's Kenny. He's been arrested for prostitution in New York. For what? For giving Howard Stern a Hummer. Ooh, what's a Hummer? I don't know.
Hey now. You there, Adam?
Oh, yeah.
Hey now. Watch Crank Yankers Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central. See Adam and the Man Show Tuesday nights on Comedy Central. I wish we were here live in the studio because we sit and we talk about Gilbert Gottfried for a good 10, 15 minutes, and it's funny.
Adam's not in on it.
That's right. Hey,
people mistake me for him all the time.
You do have similar look.
Yeah. Thanks.
Way to go. I look like Joey Ramone.
Well,
I
you
feel
look
bad.
like somebody famous.
Hey, yeah, you look like Gilbert
Gottfried.
Gottfried.
Like a rock star. I look like a guy who does the voice of a toaster.
We're going to be doing our show from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino April 22nd through the 24th. In fact, Adam will be one of the people visiting us. And also we'll be playing Winfred's Money, $10,000 prize, and then we're going to put it up at the blackjack table. Sponsored by Permatex. No touch, wet and protect, the fast, wetter tire shine thing. No touch, spray on the love. No touch, spray on the love and walk away.
That was my policy in college.
Spray on the love and walk away?
That's right.
Nice. A lot of guys had that policy.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin, what's in the news?
Well, first of all,
first your theme song.
The theme.
Would you like to sing our tune? Would you like to chase your...
All right. Enough.
Thank you. I don't know when to stop. People were writing in that they needed to hear it longer. I was telling you last week about this guy who would grab women off the street and hold them in a dungeon for months to years and sexually abuse them.
Yeah.
Well, the family of the last victim, this 16-year-old girl, say she's a shell of her former self. She's completely traumatized, won't look anybody in the eye, and is just afraid of everything.
And this guy was a real freak. He had a whole lair Like,
Yeah.
definitely like Silence of the Lambs.
Very definitely. And he had a wife up until 1999 who was a beloved daycare worker.
And did she know what was going on at all?
Well, that's what they're wondering. They said there's no way she could, because this was right under the house. There's no way she couldn't have known what was going on when he was keeping women for all that time, and sometimes they were screaming or whatever. She had to know. So they're trying to figure that all out now because he's been doing this for years. 4 women so far have come forward to say they were victims of this guy. His name is 𝗵𝗲𝗪𝗔. He's 67.
I just want to say one thing. As horny and as hard up as I ever was, I never locked anybody underneath my house.
Well, you should be commended.
And held them against their will.
You see that? He's not such a bad guy.
He's suspected of kidnapping several troubled young women, keeping them prisoner in a clandestine dungeon in his home, and sexually brutalizing them. At least 4 women have now said they were held as prisoners independently, or held as prisoners by this independently wealthy retired handyman.
I just want to say, all the women I ever had sex with, I never really held onto them once I was done with the sex.
You let them go.
They were in my house 5 minutes and then they left.
You know, when you hear retired handyman, you always know there's trouble after that sentence.
Should we investigate all retired handymen?
Yeah, I think we should. And listen, that bitch wife of his needs to hang right next to him.
That's right. Dig her up and hang her.
Oh, she's dead?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Cops are now looking into the possibility that his wife worked in tandem with him, helping him snatch girls off the street.
Adam, weren't you a handyman?
Yeah, sure I was. Wait a minute.
Hey, Ramon, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, baby, I took that test that you just took. I scored 110%.
110.
He broke the scale.
You're way gay. Eugene. No, Eugene's not there. Eddie, what's up?
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Howard. Howard.
Yeah.
I'm playing that shaved or unshaved game. That game rules, man.
Isn't that great?
I do it every day long. I walk down the street and try to see who's shaved or unshaved. Now I can finally win doing it.
I wonder if we couldn't do some version of that game, like here in the studio. I mean,
why not?
Why couldn't we bring in a bunch of women? It would be a good excuse for them to get naked and let us guess if they're shaved or unshaved.
Yeah, they can hold a little square there.
Fun. The whole site has a bunch of fun games, man. Nice chicks, too. Hot shit.
That's why every time I interview a girl, I go, are you shaved or unshaved? Because I'm playing that game in my head.
That's the question on everybody's mind anyway.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. What else is in the news,
Look
Rob?
forward to the new game. We had 7 POWs who were rescued yesterday.
Do you know how they got through the whole ordeal? They told Howard Stern stories.
They swapped stories about Howard Stern.
They did.
Well, that was one report. But it's kind of odd how they were found. Apparently, it seems their captors just abandoned them after a certain point because they knew, that Iraq was losing the war, losing control of the situation. And as the troops were moving toward Tikrit, they were told by some people along the road, as you go along for a few more, kilometers, whatever, you're going to find some Americans. So they finally get to this house. They burst through the doors and start screaming, hit the deck, and then they said, any Americans stand up, and 7 people stood up. One of them being a girl from this area. And she says, Shoshana Johnson says that she was treated a little bit better than the other captives. They say they were all beaten and kicked and questioned at the very beginning, but as the war went on, things lightened up on them, and they were fed 2 to 3 times a day. Here's Peter Baker of the Washington Post, who tells us about Shoshana's story, and that she says the captors taunted her, D2.
They were fed. They told, in fact, Shoshana Johnson that they had seen her mother on television talking about this, and you can only imagine how a prisoner would feel thinking about their parents, worrying about them.
I wonder if they played the shaved or unshaved game while they were in captivity.
I saw the whole story. She got home and they're just like, "Thank you, Jesus, thank you." But I always find it ironic. Like, why did God, let her get abducted and unshaved in the first place?
Well, if you're going to go down that road, why is God having us in a war? You could ask that question all day long.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, right. No, I know.
All right. Why did he have the World Trade Center fall?
Well, that wasn't him.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay. They also have been reclaiming some of these jail cells that the Iraqis kept to torture people. They say pictures of dead Iraqis with their necks slashed, their eyes gouged out, and their genitals blackened fill a bookshelf. Jail cells.
In whose house? Madonna's?
Jail cells with dried blood on the floor and rusted shackles bolted to the wall line the corridors, and screams of what could be imprisoned men in the underground detention center echo through the air shafts and the sewer pipes. This is the place where Saddam made people disappear, according to an Iraqi soldier. So,
was that Saddam, or wasn't that handyman from New Jersey?
Yeah, it was his basement.
Sounds like Fred's basement.
But, yeah, they're finding all of these torture chambers of Saddam and letting us know now the horrors that these people have lived through all these years. They have also captured Saddam Hussein's half-brother trying to get into Syria.
Right.
Which they think a lot of officials of this regime might have done. This one got caught, and they can't find a lot of the others. They're thinking maybe Syria is giving them safe harbor, so warnings have been issued to the Syrian government not to get involved.
Mark,
we should roll over Syria as long as we're out there.
I couldn't agree more. Mark, you're on the air. No Mark? Okay. Robin?
They have Saddam Hussein's DNA and the DNA of his son. So should they find the bodies, they will be able to identify them. They have the genetic information they need to do that. And we also have found evidence that Uday Hussein didn't have a very happy life.
Oh, Jesus, what are you talking about?
Even though his father showered him with gifts and power, he felt in letters they found in one of his love nests, he says he found no warmth or love in his heart for his father. He said it was very hard to be a member of the Hussein family because people want to kill us.
I heard he scored a 41 on the Are You Gay website, too.
Yes. He did have love letters from various gal pals proclaiming their desire for him, so that wasn't bad. They say he used to bring lots of different women, and they'd write him notes and seal them with lipstick and say they'd never forget him, and their happiest moments were spent with him.
Women love a man in uniform.
There you go. He was really decadent. They found scores of charred $50 and $100 bills that he used to light his cigars.
Wow.
Now the house has been looted.
Those guys had a great thing. They should have just, laid low.
Along with a palace he once owned where the people ran off with chandeliers, golden fixtures, pictures of half-naked women, and even some of his white Arabian horses. They also say they found a little stash of his video collection.
What's he got?
He had Timothy Dalton's James Bond flick, License to Kill.
It's funny.
Gene Hackman's flop, Loose Cannons.
Hackman.
And a Dudley Moore movie called Like Father, Like Son.
What a weird collection.
Yeah, very odd.
Like father, like son.
Captain Jenks told me he had private parts, too.
You know private parts in Uday's collection?
No.
Damn.
It's a very sparse collection, as a matter of fact. He had to keep watching those, I guess, over and over.
Wouldn't you love to read that he was into private parts like it was his favorite movie? Uday Hussein?
There's something to be proud of.
I like private parts, and Freddy got fingered. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is my favorite.
Meanwhile, Sean Penn, he got some good news, bad news. You were reporting the other day that his car was stolen as he was having lunch off the campus of the University of California at Berkeley.
He's a macho man. He's got to drive a muscle car, Sean Penn.
Well, they found the car, but the two guns inside were missing.
Yeah, it's a big man with his guns.
He was driving a black 1987 Buick Grand National.
Well,
he was a pacifist.
Well, he was, but, don't forget, he's in Hollywood. There's a lot of tough guys around there, like, Warren Beatty and Jack Nicholson. They could attack you with their guns.
Yeah, he has to protect himself.
This guy's a real riddle. Like, one minute he's packing heat and punching out photographers, and the next minute he's over to Iraq to crap himself in Cry River. Which is it?
He shoots anyone who's not for peace, I guess.
That's right. There were 2 guns in the car, a handgun and a Smith & Wesson revolver. Penn had permits for both of them.
There you go.
So he wasn't carrying illegally. The new cigarette ban in New York has gotten someone killed. A bouncer at a club here in New York tried to stop a patron of the club from smoking a cigarette, and when the person refused, he decided then to try to carry them out of the club. It was these, I guess, a couple of Chinese dudes who weren't so big, and this big black guy who was the bouncer decided to just carry them out. He thought they were so small, they say, that he probably didn't even think to call for backup or help. So as he was carrying them out, they began to scuffle, and one of these guys pulled out a knife and stabbed him in the stomach.
The dude's name was Ching Chang.
Well, they don't know which of the brothers, Ching Chan or Jonathan.
Jonathan Chang,
or
one of them's named Ching Chang. I swear to God. Ching Chang.
Well, Chan.
His parents named him Chin Chan. He used a knife or one of those little stars?
It was a knife. A sword.
Nunchucks.
Jonathan is 29 and Ching is 31. They've been charged with assault, criminal possession of a weapon, and resisting arrest. Police are still trying to determine who stabbed Blake, so they could get off with the murder because they can't determine which one of them did it.
Well, they're hard to tell apart, those people. I mean, I know it's a stereotype, but it really is true.
Thanks for weighing in, Adam.
Okay. A lot of those stereotypes happen because they're true.
That's right, all of them.
Anything else, Robin?
Let me give a shout-out to John Malkovich. He's in the Russia Malloy column making a lot of sense today. He says that he doesn't think the French have any right to now want to be a part of the reconstruction of Iraq.
Look at John Malkovich making sense.
Yeah. But what's that mean? We don't want their money?
No, we don't want them pumping money and giving their opinions on what Iraq should be like post the war.
Well, we don't want to give them any contracts over there.
That's right.
Building.
Yeah.
The French say that everybody else has a self-interest in Iraq, Malkovich said, but none is more obvious than theirs, and they're absolutely blind to it. He says he doesn't pay much. He loves Europe. He lives there a lot of the time. He has a lot of European friends. But he says when they start talking about politics, he doesn't bother to listen because if they knew so much, why Franco? Why totalitarianism? Why fascism?
Yeah. Tony, you're on the air.
Why the beret?
Hey, Howard, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
My brother was out to dinner with the President Putin and the President of France and Germany on Friday night in St. Petersburg. And the reason why he was invited was the owner of the restaurant wanted to surround the restaurant with, I guess, upstanding people of Russia.
Your brother was at dinner with Vladimir Putin?
And
Putin and the President of France and the President of Germany.
Those guys are all here in the United States?
No, in St. Petersburg, Russia.
Oh, okay.
So my brother got the wise idea of ordering freedom fries. And security quickly threw him out.
Yeah, you know what? Really? Probably a good idea.
No free fries on the menu.
Yeah.
Where were they? At a Burger King? You can't order fries at a nice restaurant.
Freedom fries. That's why his brother's a nutnik. They threw him right out. They knew they had a problem on their hands. What else is in the news, Robin?
Number 1 at the box office this weekend, Anger Management. The Adam Sandler, Jack Nicholson film. It made $44.5 million.
Well, I've talked about this already. I'm not going to say any more.
Well, here's Adam Sandler to talk about it. Here he is on the last in the film and making the script right for Jack Nicholson. A1.
Every line or every other line, we're trying to make you laugh. So,
You know what? I can't goof on this dude anymore. He makes way too much money in these movies. I'm clearly out of step with the American public because I don't know what they're talking about. This movie was horribly... Have you seen it, Adam?
No, I saw it. Got 2 thumbs down by or Roper, Ebert, or whoever the live guy is.
Have you ever seen an Adam Sandler film?
Yeah, I have seen some of them.
And you like them?
No, it always feels like the same movie to me. Like he's this slob that gets a bunch of money and then shows up at the country club in the cut-off sweatpants and hits the guy with the sweater tied around his neck in the nuts with his backhand.
A lot of pressure on him. You don't want Nicholson out there. We ask him to say something and it's not funny, so he wouldn't do that.
So what, did he write this, Adam Sandler?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, boy. Son of a gun makes $45 million the first weekend, man. That's huge.
He knows his audience.
It set a record, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is on his homage to New York in the movie, A2.
I'm from there originally. I grew up there with comedy. Nicholson loves the Yanks, and he loves New York, and he spent a lot of time there. Marissa's from New York. Turturro's from New York. Louis Guzman's from New York. A lot of New Yorkers in the movie, and I think New York's the coolest place on earth. And I lived in New Hampshire from 5 to 17, and I wore a Yankee hat every day. That's how much I like New York and the beatings I would take for that city.
All right. Jack Nicholson was asked if his role in anger management was written especially for him, A3.
I don't know that they wrote it specifically for me or not, but he brought the idea to me. I knew him only very slightly. I knew his work, was interested in it, and then I wrote it for him. I'm only kidding.
Okay. And here's how Jack feels about plastic surgery. Would he ever consider it? A4.
No, I wouldn't think about it, and so naturally, no, I haven't. But, I mean, I'm an actor who they said was wrinkled and balding and everything else when I was, I think, still in my early 30s. Most of the people who wrote that, who thought they were younger than me, are now bald and wrinkled. As you can see, I don't have any plugs or tucks or this or that, but, let people do what they want.
Dude, he's so handsome, I can't believe he hasn't had any work done. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
The Howard Stern
The Howard Stern Show.
Part of that success is due.
My dear friend Adam Carolla is here. All right, honey, enough. Watch Crank Yankers Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central. That is Adam's show. And see Adam and the Man Show Tuesday nights on Comedy Central.
I think one of them's Sunday nights.
Yeah.
I think the Man Show's Sunday night.
All right. It says Tuesday night. I don't know why. We'll be doing our show from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino April 22nd through the 24th. Check us out. We're going to be real bad. Real bad.
Are you going to see your old friend Melanie Griffith while she's in town?
What do you mean? Is she in town when we're in town?
She's going to be, I'm talking about here. We're here all the time. Well, she's here. Her husband is in 9 on Broadway, and now she has announced that she'll be taking over the role of Roxy, whoever, in Chicago.
I don't know. She doesn't get in touch with me. She doesn't want some of my man meat.
She's going to join the show on July 11th. I thought she might have called.
No, as a matter of fact, I will be seeing her, and I'll probably be banging her after the show, yeah. Look for me in her dressing room.
And Sharon Osbourne, she just, she gets cancer, she gets cured of cancer, she goes right on. You know that woman she's arguing with about that necklace that she gave away at her...
charity event?
Well, yeah, that was also her renewal of vows event.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently they ran into each other either, outside of a restaurant or something, and they actually got into a fight, like a physical fight.
Huh.
By the way, Ozzy thought they were getting married for the first time. He'd never seen that woman before.
So they both, Sharon and the woman, have called the police and filed reports on each other about the incident. They're each charging the other with starting the fight. So.
Aren't they like the hugest stars now still? The Osbournes. I mean, I can't believe I blew it with that show.
It was your idea, right?
Oh, my God. I begged them to do it.
And Are You Hot or Not was your idea, right?
Well, yeah, but you want to know something? I never sue, but the Are You Hot thing just made me berserk when one of my guys went off and just took the idea. Scott Einziger.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I mean, and then hired Jackie, you know what I mean? Just for one shot, but even still, it was just rubbing it in my face. I mean, hey, shame on me for, perhaps talking about the idea on the air for the Osbournes and stuff, but I don't even care. It's their life. Let them go do it with whoever they want. This thing was my idea. You know what I mean? This whole show.
At least the Osbournes invented themselves.
Right. I mean, I just thought to videotape them. The thing with this show, Are You Hot, is I had it sold to Showtime. That's what's killing me. You know what I mean?
You're going to get money out of it, aren't you?
Oh, hopefully.
You got to win.
You got to win.
Yeah, you win. You got a case.
I think I do.
Well, thank you, Adam. When did you become a legal expert?
He's a judge. Adam's a part-time judge and handyman.
Oh, I hope you'll be handling the case then.
That's right.
And speaking of court, John Popper will be in court. He was arrested last weekend and charged with misdemeanor pot possession in Nolan County, Texas.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, John?
Tom Popper? Smoking pot?
A blues musician?
It's crazy.
Hold on.
What's the world coming to?
Where is he?
Down in Nolan, Texas.
Well, he got his stomach stapled and he actually disappeared.
You can't see him. He's right there.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson, and Steve Winwood will join the Dead for the group's first summer tour since Jerry Garcia's death.
They joined the Dead in like 87. I'm not talking about the band. I mean, they actually
They're
died.
real Dead.
Yeah.
The music legends will hook up with the Dead at various points on the tour, which kicks off on June 15th in Tennessee. So you can see some version of the Dead this summer. Rob Zombie has a movie out. It didn't do really, really great this weekend, but it was in the top 10.
I think he did a lot better than we all thought. Made $3 million.
And since he is into the macabre, he was asked if there is anything unusual in his personal collection. See one.
Probably the best thing I have is I have a lot of dead stuff, and I have like the polar bear from the Addams Family TV show. You know, that was in their front hallway. It's in my front hallway. That's pretty good. It's hard to get dead polar bears these days.
Rob.
Is that a real dead polar bear? It's not stuffed? Or a mock of one?
No, it's a real stuffed polar bear.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew they used the real stuff on TV.
Rob's sounding more normal these days. You notice that? He's not as angry or anything.
I don't like that.
And finally today, Faith Hill was interviewed by Jules Asner on Revealed.
I'd like to have a stuffed one of her
in my hall.
That show, yeah. Well, here Faith talks about what it was like for her to meet her birth mother. I didn't know she was adopted.
Was it what you wanted it to be? Shocking would probably be the best word to describe the first moment that I saw her. Just kind of shocking in a way.
I bet her real mom's hot.
You think?
Shocking. I went to see my real mom, and she was a Negro.
Hey, that's not real. You know, this is so, how can I process?
That's got to be weird, to be adopted and to meet your real mom.
And to be really famous. Yeah. Now you're going to meet your mom.
Do you think her mom tracked her down, or do you think she tracked her mom down?
She probably tracked her mom down, but now her mom's going to spend the rest of her life tracking her down. Be like, holy crap, my daughter's Faith Hill?
I can't believe I gave away Faith Hill.
I can't believe I gave away Faith Hill. What's wrong with me?
I'm going to tag, like, if I crank out a few kids and give them away, I'm going to tag them just in case they hit.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know...
And what if the other kids she has are ne'er-do-wells and
I know.
She gave away Faith Hill?
I'd be like, oh, my God, I mean... I thought my kids would grow up to be strippers at best. Yeah. My kid's Faith Hill. If I knew you were going to be Faith Hill, I never would have given you away.
I'd have given away the rest of them.
I thought you'd be a junkie living on my sofa until you're 38.
Hold on a second. Hey, Devin. Devin?
Yeah?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
All right.
Is this Howard?
Yes, it is.
Well, very nice to talk to you.
What can I do for you?
I want to come on your show. An exotic dancer.
Yeah.
I work at Max 2 in Massachusetts, and I do the most incredible two-girl dance that you'd ever want to see.
Is this the girl that we were talking about the other day?
This is the girl who sent us a picture because she wanted to be on some other...
She wants to do lesbian stuff.
Yeah, something
yeah,
else.
Hey, honey, can I tell you something?
Sure.
We're having I saw your picture.
Okay.
You've got a smoking body.
Yeah?
And your body is, you're a beautiful girl, but I think your body's better than your face.
It is not better than my face.
Oh, I think your body is...
on the show, you gave me an 8 out of a 10.
Yeah, I think your body is much better than your face.
You haven't seen me in person. Well, you did once, but that was 4 years ago.
Can I ask you to do me a favor and enter a different contest where you can win $25,000?
Oh.
I saw you.
Okay, just tell me what the contest is.
All right, here's the contest. We're going to have 10 women compete.
Okay.
You come out in a bathing suit.
Okay.
We're going to do this in Vegas, so we'll fly you to Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. You go out there. You walk out in your bathing suit. We put something over your head. I don't know what to hide your head, because I want guys to evaluate your body without seeing your face.
Okay.
Then I want to take off whatever I got on your face and evaluate your face.
Okay.
The combined score,
right?
The highest score is going to win $25,000 compliments at Trim Spa.
I would love to do that.
Okay, you're in. Because I saw your picture, and I think it was...
He thinks you'd be a good contestant.
And you will be Miss Butterface. We call that, Butterface.
Miss Butterface? That doesn't sound very nice.
But it's $25,000.
Okay, then I would love to do that.
And I think you're perfect for it. I saw your picture. I'm not saying you're going to win, but I think you got a good shot. It's only competing against between 5 other or 6 other women or something like that.
But the funny thing is that I sent my photo in, and out of 500 girls, you guys picked me down to the top 4 to be in the lesbian dating game. But I went to St. Martin, and I wasn't able to be on the lesbian.
Well, I got a better one for right, Gary. You saw her picture.
I absolutely agree. I think you would do very well in the contest.
I love contests.
You have a smoking body.
Smoking body, nice face, but not as good as your body. I love you.
You haven't seen my face in 4 years, Howard. And last time
we
was
saw
an
the
8
picture.
Out of 10. Now it's a 10 out of 10.
All right. I think
you do to your face in the last 4 years. What happened to your face in 4 years?
Put it this way. I've been working out a lot. I went down from 125 pounds to 110 pounds. I have a lot going on my plate right now.
I'll tell you what.
You've been doing a lot of coke, really, is what's been going on.
I don't do drugs, and I don't drink either, Howard.
What is it, Gary?
What is it? I think you're good for the contest, but why don't you send me a picture of you currently? I'll give you an email.
That's her picture.
Oh, that's current?
That's her, the blonde, right?
You should enter.
Lesbian dating game.
Yeah, it's exactly what you're talking about.
We think
I'm
you're
the one that's in the pink lacy dress.
Yes or no?
With the straight hair, with a kick-ass body and the great tan. That's me.
We're not mistaken you. We saw it.
We saw you, and we think you're great for Miss Butterface.
Okay, then I will do the contest.
And we think you have an excellent shot at winning $25,000.
And even if I don't win, it's
a trip to Vegas.
It's a trip to Vegas.
She sent a bunch of pictures, right, Devin?
Yes.
I sent you guys about 10 or 12 photos.
Yeah, I saw 2.
It was the curly hair and the straight hair.
She sent us like 10 pictures.
Yeah.
I only saw 2.
You know who I am.
Am I thinking of the right show?
Yes. No. I only gave you 2, but there was like 10 that she sent.
I want to see all 10.
The one that's in the pink lacy dress.
The 2 that you've seen were the best ones.
The ones in her jeans.
Yeah.
There were a couple where she was like bending down and her hair was covering her face, so we could show them to you.
Yeah.
That's her. I've seen.
No, but the one with the pink lacy dress, those are the hottest of the hot that I've recently taken, and those are only about a month old.
And Robin, let me make one other point. When you listen to her now, do you understand why there's no chicks allowed in the country club?
Devin,
what do you mean chicks allowed in what country club?
Devin, this is Adam speaking. I'm going to be down in Vegas, too, and I got my own little competition going. We take all 5 contestants. We leave the pillowcase on their head, but we put a hole in it. Okay?
Right.
Then you guys come up to my room, and I can definitively tell who gives the best oral. And it won't be based on race or creed.
I only give oral sex to
religion. Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Well, Adam's hung like a woman.
Yeah.
All right, baby,
Adam,
listen.
I think you're out of luck.
Devin, I'm glad you called in. I'm going to enter you in the contest. Let me put you on hold so we can get all the details.
Great, thank you so much.
All right, Devin, good luck for the $25,000 prize.
And even not, I'm going to have fun, because I have fun wherever I go.
You bet, Devin.
And we'll see you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas.
Talk to you later, Robin.
All right.
I think she's perfect for the Miss Butterface contest, and I believe she will be at least in the top 2. I truly do. I've seen her pictures.
She has the greatest body.
Smoking body, and the crowd will gasp when they pull the bag off her head.
Well, I still say there's somebody out there. We haven't found the definitive winner.
Well, you can write to contest@howardstern.com or check howardstern.com for more information, and make sure you remember Trim Spot. And don't forget the $100,000 bet. Go to goldenpalace.com. For the big $100,000 bet we'll be doing there. Artie's going to be playing a woman in basketball, and all that happens at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, April 22nd through the 24th. Anything else in the news, Robin?
That's what's happening.
Thank you, Robin. Hey, Adam.
Howard.
I don't think I have to say this, but, well, I won't say it. Forget it.
You know, brother,
you're the best.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, listen, watch. God, this girl is going to take the whole contest.
Howard, are you worried that some of them may mess their face up intentionally with like a soldering iron or something?
It wouldn't be the first time. You know, that's $25,000. Boy, this girl's got some body. I wish you could see this.
Oh, she is going to win. No, maybe not, though. I've seen some others, too.
Yeah, you never can tell when you see him in person.
She's perfect. She's coming, huh?
She has no clue.
No. Hey, who cares?
Well, you know, when she was describing herself, she did say great body and great tan. She didn't say great face.
She does have a great body.
Yeah, that's stripper for, like, great personality. It always means they're ugly.
All right, listen, Adam Carolla, thank you, my friend. Come see us again. You know what I mean? I know you'll be in Vegas, but...
I'll see you next week. Yeah.
All right. Crank Anchors, Tuesday night, 10 o'clock on Comedy Central. See Adam in the Man Show Tuesday nights on Comedy Central. We'll see you tomorrow. God bless.
We have Larry King calling me on our phone, which should be on the line.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Lewis. What do you think of Howard Stern, the radio personality? How do you like them apples?
I don't think we got Larry King, no. I think it was a phony. Well, you know, we do this show. It's life and death, and it's important, but you're always going to get a schmuck out there. That's okay. What the hell? It's what makes the world go round. They sucked you in pretty good, folks. If Larry King was really going to call me, he'd have called me on my private phone in the dressing room. Okay, we've been had.
Your breasts are enlarging more and more with every beat of your heartbeat. Your breasts are continuing to enlarge in all directions, becoming larger and larger. Feel your breast enlarging. Know it to be true, and it is so. The fatty tissue in your body is like a big bottle pouring out warm or hot liquid into two other bottles, like your breasts.
A wonderful feeling envelops your body as you allow your breast to grow and enlarge more and more. The gentle rays of the sun warming your breast more and more, causing your breast to enlarge more and more. You have exposed your breast totally to the gentle warming rays of the sun, so that both breasts are totally absorbed by the warmth of the sun. Your breasts becoming larger and larger. The warmth is causing them to grow larger and fuller in all directions. Feeling your breast growing, you can make it happen with all of your desire to be the size you have always wanted to be.
Visualize a cold, wet towel completely